Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelai Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs, your safe space for authenticity and transformation. We have events throughout the Pacific Northwest, many online, and tonight we have our Lionsgate Portal Activation panel. We've been having this every year for a number of years. It's exciting to do it again. I always get to learn a ton when we do this event. The others are going to share with you a bit more about what Lionsgate is. I'll grab the information from the event description and put it in the chat too. It's a great time to be together. It is free to be here. It is free to ask general questions. And if you'd like personal support, just pay a little bit. I think it's 20 to 28 sliding scale or $12 for BIPOC folks, and you'll get answers maybe from everyone on the panel. You can ask us questions on anything. It does not have to be about the theme. The theme is nice and broad, though, so it probably will apply to anything that you will ask tonight. Yeah, I think you'll learn more about what kinds of topics you might explore as we go through and talk about the panel tonight. It's exciting to be here. We have not had many panels the last few months, and it's great to be together to do this again. Maybe I should also say that if you do want to ask a question, we request that you pay first. Let me know in the chat that you've paid, and there are a number of ways to pay. If you have any questions about how to pay, I'm happy to answer that, and I can address that in private chat, etc. And then you have a choice if you want to come up on screen here. We are recording, and this will get posted on our YouTube channel. So you can be audio and video recorded, and it will go up on YouTube. You can ask a question from your chair in the audience, and then you'll just be audio recorded. And if you want to ask a question anonymously, you can private chat me and arrange all of that through private chat, and I'll read everything out. Well, thanks for joining us. We're excited to be together. I'll put a little bit more in chat. I'll hopefully be able to post on Facebook, and you're going to get to hear from everybody for a little bit. So we're going to hear from Diane, Arshaya, Lou, Alina, Reverend Sharice, Shannon, and Aaron. And then I'll go at the end. I seem to be in the middle of the screen this time. But yeah, so you'll get to hear a little bit from everyone about what they do. I'll put all their contact info in the chat too. Some of the practitioners on the panel have specials if you'd like to work with them after the event, or they're teaching courses, or they have special events happening, just all kinds of different things. All right, go to Diane.
Hi, everyone. So glad you guys could make it tonight. I'm a fifth generation shaman. I also have a master's in sacred geometry, licensed as a spiritual life coach and a minister. But honestly, I love the Lionsgate portal. Personally, I am very connected to the star Sirius, which aligns with the planet in Orion's belt with the pyramids in Egypt. And the entire Earth receives an electric charge. And we all can activate. And then on top of it all, it's a quadruple eight this year. So there are four very significant areas of your life that you can actually make some extremely radical changes in identity and with just who you choose to move forward and who you choose to become and embody with this next chapter of your life. So happy to jump in here and chat tonight. I am offering a course in a 14-week course in exploring and activating with sacred geometry. It actually starts with the 8-8 portal this Saturday, and it will be going through the 11-11 portal in November. But if you can't make this one, I will be starting the class again in roughly about 6 weeks, and that'll be an evening course for those who can't make the day course. But I'm so happy that so many of you guys can be here tonight. It's going to be an awesome conversation. There's so much to learn, so much to understand about what is possible for yourselves. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. I was here last year and looking forward to just having another lively conversation again. So,
Thanks so much, Diane. Next is Arshaya.
Hi everyone, I'm Arashaya. I'm a Reiki Shambhala master teacher and professional tarot reader. I work with people around the world through energy healing, spiritual guidance, and consciousness development. The Lionsgate portal is one of the most recognized energetic alignments of the year. It reaches its peak around August the 8th when the sun is in Leo and the star Sirius becomes especially significant in many spiritual traditions. Sirius has long been associated with higher wisdom, spiritual awakening, and expanded consciousness. Whether someone views this symbolically or spiritually, the Lion's Gate is a beautiful invitation to pause, reflect, and consciously choose the next chapter of your life. It's a powerful time to set intentions, reconnect with your heart, and align your actions with the life you truly want to create. So many people use this period for meditation, journaling, gratitude, spending time in nature, energy healing, or simply creating quiet space to listen to your intuition. The goal isn't to force change, it's actually to become more aware of what is already asking to emerge within you. So my invitation during this portal is simply to ask yourself, what am I ready to step into? Sometimes just one clear intention supported by consistent action can open completely new possibilities. So thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to our conversation and your questions.
Thank you, Arshaya. Next is Lou.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's exciting to have this conversation with so many just really knowledgeable practitioners. I'm excited. I'm a therapist. I've worked with trauma and embodiment for 30 years, and energy tools really changed everything for me and brought me into my body. So I teach those so that people can come into their bodies, come into their path, and manifest their visions. So yeah, Lionsgate's a perfect time for that. And I'm excited to be able to be part of this. And I offer lots of things, and there's lots of free offers that I have. And I also have a free workshop this weekend on Saturday. So you're welcome to sign up for that, and I'll see you in a couple days.
Great, and there's information about that in the chat, and I'll put it in the chat again as we're going through.
Thank you.
Next, you're welcome. Next is Alina.
My name is Alina. I am a neurographics coach, a certified crystal healer, and I read astrological oracle named Symbolon. Now, just a couple days ago, I received an article seemingly debunking the 8-8 Lionsgate portal. And as I was trying to elbow through that article, English isn't my first language, I realized that let's not yuck someone else's yum. We use Gregorian calendar. This is what we have, and this is the energy that we have to work with. And if this is what we choose to work with, to set intentions or to show gratitude or to do anything to manifest what we want in our lives, and we want to do it on August 8th, then so be it, okay? So last year, I created a neurographics algorithm that helps you set intentions on August 8th during that Lionsgate portal for the next 3 to 6 months that you can use over and over again if you want to, but it's the August 8th when it seems to be most powerful because it uses the 8s as its basis. And I will show it step by step at the slideshow, and I will then share the video that you can use for free to just watch and rewatch as you need it. But again, our calendar is what we use for our manifestations, for our magic, for our thing, for anything else metaphysical that we want to use it for. And I'm here to talk about it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Alina. Next is Reverend Sharice.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Reverend Sharice. I perform prophetic readings, medium intuition, I'm under the Abrahamic religions. I am really excited to be a part of this panel. Lionsgate is not something I normally practice or observe, but I do understand the power of manifestation. We will be sharing in the chat. There is a presentation for those who are in the Portland, Oregon area, manifestations of healings that occur through the Bruno Groening Circle of Friends, where we teach how to tap into the natural healing stream, that natural life force for healing. We will be having a film showing and presentation on August 23rd that is free for all of you to join if you are in the, again, Portland, Oregon area. I look forward to working with you this evening. Thank you, Lorelei, for having this event.
You are welcome. And next we've got Shannon and then Erin.
Hey there, my name is Shannon. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a certified biodynamic cranial sacral therapist, and I offer. If y'all are not familiar with that, it's a type of healing work that's generally done in person, one-on-one, but it turns out it actually really works well remotely as well, and even in groups. So I offer both of those online and occasionally in person. I also do animal communication and cranial sacral for animals. And one thing that I'm really passionate about is trauma-informed spiritual awakenings and, like being able to titrate these spiritual experiences that we're having, especially like when we're first new to them or if they start to feel really overwhelming or anything like that. So I feel like that's especially relevant at times of the year like this, like during Lionsgate with this really big energy and the eclipse season that we're going into. I think it's especially important to be able to know that we can say no and that we can back off with this work. And so I really like to empower people with that. So I'm looking forward to just answering any questions and being here tonight. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Shannon. And then Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm a shamanic and intuitive healer. I work pretty heavily with the energies of Mount Baker and the rivers and the ocean, just natural resources in general, and spirits and guides. The Lionsgate portal for me is really about like stepping into a leadership role right now, which is why I'm here. And really like that manifestation and the meditation that other people have talked about, because I fully believe that meditation is a great way to keep yourself moving forward and to help clear the noise and bring clarity. And I'm just excited to be here amongst other practitioners and other seekers, and just thanks.
Great. I'm Lorelei Shmayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader. I read your eyes, read your soul, and answer questions about your path. Your eyes are sharing your purpose, so I can help you live your purpose, make choices about what you do, who you do it with. I love to help you understand people that are in your life or choose who to have in your life. I believe eyes are a window to the soul and also the window to our soulmates. So I do intuitive eye readings and I run all the Maybe Fairs events. And I read not only your eyes, I'm reading your energy, your body. I do what I call body psychology. So your body gives you information all the time about what's happening for you. So I combine all this together and give you insight and support you being you. Let's see. Let's go around again and let's if anyone wants to share anything else about the Lionsgate. If like Alina, if you wanted to share the information that you have, like we just go around if there's anything deeper that anyone wants to share. And yeah, thanks so much, Reverend Shreves, for putting the flyer in the chat. All right, yeah, go ahead, Diane. We'll just go around if anyone wants to say anything more about this. And then we have a couple of questions in line already.
Some important facts with this Lionsgate. There are 4 areas in your chart. Your chart is very specific to you, but we have 4 planets in retrograde, which ultimately since May, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter have all been playing this huge effect in your chart. And you may have even recently recognized some spaces that have kind of resurfaced, have old feelings, old thoughts, old situations kind of showing up and coming to your attention. And for a lot of you, this is actually showing up because this is an area that you are being offered an opportunity to recognize and to move through and to let go of, or to identify within yourself as something that maybe you haven't fully let go of, and you are ready to take that next step to activate, manifest a new beginning from that space. This could be your mental thoughts. This could be your relationship with family, your children. This could be within your job. This could be with the way that you show up in public or the way you perceive others' impersonation or impression of you. These are all spaces that are active right now. And plus we have the eclipse just a few days after. So it's like a 6-month time period right now where if you set your intentions, if you call on the 4 directions, I actually would recommend that all of you on the 8/8 portal, the day of the portal, get a pen and paper and draw the infinity symbol. At first, draw it like it's just the number 8 up and down, but then draw it side to side. Okay. And you will access all 4 directions, and you're allowing yourself to call to the 4 directions and to call to the 4 different spaces within your energy field that you are ready to activate. And while you're drawing this, allow yourself to resonate and to truly just think about those spaces, these images, these identities, these feelings, these thought patterns that you have been filtering through recently, allow them to come forward. And as you're drawing it, set the intention, allow yourself to determine how and what direction you want those to take from your life. Maybe you want to let them go. Maybe you want to step into leadership. Maybe you want to step into your voice. Maybe you want to step into a new career path. There's infinite possibilities for each of us, but it is a time to manifest. It is a time to set the motion forward. And you have 6 months to allow it to come forward. And I'm sorry if you can hear a kid in the background, they're clearly cheering you on. So, but no, it's truly an awesome time. We're all activating, we're all receiving this electric charge. Like I was saying before, the planet Sirius Orion's belt is aligning with the pyramids, and it has been studied and evaluated on an energetic field level for years now, that the earth receives a supercharge, and all of us being connected to that field are going to receive that enhancement as well. We're going to receive that charge of energy, and what we choose to do with it is so powerful right now. So you may experience spirituality on a whole new level. You may be able to all of a sudden find new gifts within yourself. You may be able to find empowerment in areas that you have felt so lost, so weak, or so unresolved in. But truly, it's a beautiful moment to really embrace and to recognize within your chart. Don't go off of anybody else's. Don't, there's a lot of things out there online, and I know it's wonderful to listen to, but you really need to listen to your heart right now and really pay attention to what you're feeling and what's coming up right now, because that's going to be what's true and what's more correct for you at this point in time. So I'm going to pass it on to the next person.
Great. Thanks so much, Diane. Who else wants to share? Shia, did you have something else you want to share? Lou,
Yes, I
Annie?
would like to share something too as well. And I would like to talk about the connection with Sirius, as it's very important. So many spiritual traditions associate the Lion's Gate with Sirius, which is often called the spiritual sun. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky and is located in the constellation Canis Major. So many people in this modern spirituality, they believe that during the Lion's Gate, the energetic alignment of the Earth, Sun, and Sirius and the constellation Leo creates a symbolic opportunity for spiritual growth and higher consciousness. So what does Sirius represent spiritually? So Sirius is associated with higher wisdom, divine guidance, spiritual awakening, expanded consciousness, soul purpose, higher frequency light. And during this Lion Gate in spiritual teaching, Sirius is actually viewed as amplifying the qualities of the Lion's Gate. So you may receive intuitive insights, release what no longer serves you. You can activate your highest potential if you wish. Align with your soul path, and you can open your heart to new possibilities this time. If I believe that Sirius sends energy, so I would say different spiritual traditions interpret this in different ways. Some believe Sirius has a direct energetic influence, while others see it as a powerful symbol for personal transformation. So regardless how we understanding, the Lion's Gate offers a meaningful opportunity to pause, to reflect, and set intentions for the next chapter of your life. So let's enjoy those beautiful energies.
Thank you, Shia. Lou, is there anything else you want to share? Oh, Diane, did you want to jump in and share something else briefly?
Yeah, I was just going to say also in alignment with all that, as of today, Venus entered its home placement in Libra, which is all about our heart activation. This is not only going to be our personal growth, but this is towards our family, our loved ones, and our careers. So, if you're feeling any type of pull right now towards activating in something new, leading into something new, jumping into something new, or maybe having those conversations with people that have been in your life or matter to you, or maybe you want in your life, now is actually a wonderful time to start putting that manifestation out there and putting your intentions towards it.
Great. Thanks so much, Diane. Lou, is there more you want to share? Let's get you unmuted. Yeah.
I guess I'm just reflecting. I don't know that much about Lionsgate, and I'm just reflecting on how powerful the time is because I can really feel it. And the more inner work we do, and the more we listen actually to what our heart says and what is true, we align more and we're more able to manifest. So I think this sounds like it's quite an opportunity to do that and become that which we signed up for before embodiment. There's a lot of noise in the world, and there's a lot of distractions from the path, and there's a lot of other people to help and support. And I guess I just always want people to know this is your journey, this is your path, and you are the most important person on your path. Not to belittle the people that you love and care about, but when you do honor your needs and your path, you are more able to support others, more able, that's kind of part of the path, I think, is doing what we need to do in life. And we can't really find that if we're busy trying to figure out what everybody else wants.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Alina, did you want to share some of the materials that you brought? Did you want to share them now, or?
Yes, if I can share my screen,
I think I
I
need your
will.
co-host, so
Yeah,
you should be able to.
give me 1 second. I am going to do just that. Here we go. All right. I hope you can see my full screen.
We can.
So, Lionsgate portal activation. That is a step-by-step algorithm on how to basically draw a picture that will help you um, uh, set the intentions. Just like Diane just pointed out, the 2 8s, we're going to use those 2 8s to create like a whole thing, okay? First and foremost, a little bit of logistics. What you will need to make a picture. 3 permanent markers in 3 different thicknesses, the ultrafine, the fine, and the chisel / broad. Sometimes they can be double-sided. There is a fine and ultrafine on 2 sides. Sometimes they're different. Sharpies will work well. Anything generic is fine. To color, colored pencils, markers, and or highlighters. Please do not use crayons. They don't take the markers very well because they're waxy and you can't draw over them with a marker, and you will need to at some point. And thick paper. I usually use watercolor paper, but any cardstock or even the back of an index card will work in a pinch if you have nothing else under your hands at the moment. The very first step, just like what Diane described, 2 8s, and we're crisscrossing them. In the middle. That's kind of what you're starting with. You start with those 8 8 for the 8 8 portal. Step 2, you draw the circles that represent your intentions for the next 3 to 6 months. As you can probably see on the picture, some of my circles didn't fit on the picture. They are kind of in the corner. There was a little bit of a circle. That's okay. Sometimes your intentions are so big that your sheet of paper is just not enough. Okay. I'll slide back just a tad. We're using a square paper. Okay, just so they're the same size. Sides are the same size. But what do you want? What do you want to manifest in the next 3-6 months? Job, money, relationship, friendship, a new car, a new house, anything else? Just put it down, mentally labeling every circle. You don't have to write anything down as long as you know what you mean. And then you draw the neurographic lines starting from the very center of that crisscross 8 out to the edges of the paper through all of those circles, and maybe add a few more for more energy. Neurographic line is energy. That's exactly what gives your picture life, the breath. And then you start rounding the corners. This is the longest and the most important step in any neurographic picture. And this is what will put you into that meditative state, most likely. If you want to turn some music on while you do it, feel free. If you have to pause and, take a bio break or take a drink or eat a snack, that is fine. Do not put it away until tomorrow. Okay, it needs to be done in one sitting. So when you start the algorithm, just make sure you have enough time to do it. This is just a demonstration of what rounding the corners looks like. We will not watch the whole thing. It is almost 1 minute long, and ain't nobody got time for that. I'll explain later. And then you color. So I used the colors that are typical for the fire. I used yellow, orange, red, and then white and blue. The rules with coloring, there is 2. One of them is use anywhere between 3 and 7 colors. 3 is a minimum and 7 is a maximum. If you use less than 3, you're going to crave more. If you use more than 7, you're just going to get overwhelmed. The second rule is, and you will probably notice it on the picture, color 2 or more touching segments the same color. So don't just color one little circle in red and leave it at that. You will need to color another little segment right next to it in the same color, such as red or orange. Remember that white is also a color, and it's okay to leave some pieces white. Not so much of a rule, but more of a recommendation. Color over the lines when you do that, blend them in together. Your brain will resist. We were taught to color within the lines all our lives. It's going to be hard at first. You can do it. I absolutely know that. I was there myself before. And then we add the field lines. Anywhere between 1 and 3 very thick lines that go through the whole picture from bottom left to top right. That is what the chisel marker is for. They need to be thick and they need to stand out. Those are the lines that signify support from universe. You have just done all this work, rounding the corners and coloring according to all those rules. And now we're bringing in universal support. You are not here alone, and it's okay to ask the world for help, okay? Again, don't do more than 3 thick lines just because it's going to fill the picture. And then round the corners again, because you will create them, but now it won't be as overwhelming. And this is also why we don't use crayons in neurographics, because you have to draw with a marker over them. And then you find something on the picture that stands out to you, to also use that chisel marker and kind of make it bold and highlight it. You see in this picture, what stood out to me was a heart shape. Now, we do try to stay away from cliche shapes, like a heart, a flower, or anything else like that. However, sometimes you just can't shake it off. It's like there and it's bothering you. That's okay to highlight in that case. Again, you've already said a lot of different things in your mind, and you've done things that you haven't done before, and you already took yourself out of the comfort zone. If it's a heart shape, then so be it. And this completes your picture. At that point, look at it, see if you like it, see if there's anything you want to change color-wise or anything like that, or don't. What you do with the picture after that is completely up to you. You can save it, you can frame it, you can recycle it, you can save it for a while and then recycle it. Again, this isn't the point. The point is the work that you've done when you were making it. My Instagram is subtle.matters. I do have an instructional video. It is a little bit on the fast side, but if you want to download it and watch it in slow motion, that's fine. It's pinned to the top, so it's easy to find. And that's it. If you have any questions, ask me while I'm here or email me. You have my contact information in the chat. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Alina. All right. I know Zoom is hidden right. The screen share thing, it's harder to find. All right, great. Just optional, Reverend Sharice, Aaron, I see Aaron, you got your hand up. Is there anything else you want to share about Lionsgate or just about what the meaning of this panel is to you? What you'd
Oh,
like us
I
to
just
know? Go ahead.
had a question on Alina's. Diane was talking about the infinity sign, and that looked like it partnered with that, or are those completely separate things? Because I know that sacred geometry is like a whole other pot and kettle, and I'm just curious if those like go hand in hand. Do they work together? Are they completely separate or similar but different?
I am not sure if I am able to fully answer the question because I just drew 2 8s. That's all I did. No, for real. When I was getting that ready, and that was last year, I just drew 1 8 and then I drew another 8 crossing it. And you know, if so it is possible to modify that algorithm slightly because, as Diane said, we have triple 8 this year. So you can add a third 8 in there and still add the circles and lines and corners and complete the whole algorithm only with 3 8s instead of 2. This is all I did. I wasn't trying to focus on the infinity necessarily. For me, the focus was setting the intentions and building the neural pathways that help you manifest them.
It's great. And Diane has the expertise on the sacred geometry, so she can answer some of this question. Go ahead, Diane.
Yeah, what Alina did is beautiful, and it definitely speaks to the neuro side of the 8-8 portal. And there's a lot with the colors there, aligning with chakras. But as far as the geometry goes, the infinity symbol does hold sacred geometry meaning as far as infinite possibilities, as far as the energy you're putting out is also what you're pulling back in. There's an infinite loop always going with that. The neural pathways or frequency waves that happens to also coordinate with frequency sound waves that can also be going in different directions, whether you're going from right to left, left to right. Those things also play an effect. The circles are like the womb. They're the portal. They're the new beginning. They are the intention setting. So in sacred geometry, every time you drew a circle, you were holding a manifestation, an opening to a new birth, a new place that you're willing to allow your energy to filter into. And depending on the color you put in there, which we do focus on in sacred geometry as well, it is aligning with your chakra, whether you're using blue for your voice, your throat chakra, whether you're using the orange for your solar plexus, or your sacral, sorry, yellow for solar plexus, orange for sacral, whether your red is your root chakra. All of these are very active right now. And for me, when I was talking about drawing the 2 8s overlapping, calling to the 4 directions, that's speaking also more on my shamanic side as well, which is what we are capable of tapping into, the past, the future, the direction we're choosing, forward, backwards. But as Alina said, you could technically put a third one in there. And then we're back in sacred geometry again, which is connecting with the hexagon. And that is also part of our heart chakra. That is alignment with what our intentions are and activating that area of our lives through the heart. So star tetrahedron, several other sacred geometry symbols start to come into connection with that. So I would absolutely recommend Alina's, if Alina's practice calls to you and you feel drawn to that, absolutely sit down and do that. There's no wrong way to connect with it. The 8-8 portal is about setting your intention, about connecting with your energy. Nobody can tell you how to do that better than you. And when your heart is connected with it, whether you're using sacred geometry, neural pathways, or just, allowing yourself to go into meditation and visualize these spaces, you are tapping into your energy. You are allowing your heart to open and your energy field to awaken to what is possible for you. And that's what the importance of this energy and this power and alignment is right now, is you setting the determination, you setting the pathway forward, you opening the womb for what it is that you want to birth. And that's what's so powerful about the Lion's Gate, because it is Leo energy. It is that active energy of going after what you have pride and power in, what you want to reap, what you want to hold on to, what you want to believe in, because nobody has the right to control that space over your life than you. And right now is a beautiful time to own that, to claim it, to take pride and power for yourself, not because anybody else is telling you to, want you to. It's all about you right now. And that's what's so powerful about this Lionsgate portal, especially this year, because with that Jupiter alignment with this one, it's all about being able to actually receive it and fast. You know, we're in a horse year. So there's a lot of energy right now that says, get it, go after it. You are the only person stopping you. So completely, totally love Alina's practice. And I believe that some of you will definitely be called to it. Hell, I'll be honest, I saw it and I was like, yeah, I want to sit down and do that too. But, you know, we are all here to learn and grow off of each other. There's no wrong way to connect. As long as you put your heart into it and you truly feel aligned with it, go for it.
That's great. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you, Alina. And great question, Erin. All right. Anyone have anything else they want to share about Lionsgate or anything that just on the panel, anything that this topic is bringing up for you? Feel free if you want to jump in. Go ahead, Erin.
I would just,
Curious
if
you-
I
oh,
can
yeah,
add again another
Yeah.
maybe layer to what Diane just said. So you see, Diane touched on the chakras. I was trying to use the colors of the fire simply because, you know, Leo is ruled by the sun and it's a fire sign. So do you have to use the same colors? No, absolutely not. If you want to use the colors of certain chakras that you are working with, go for it, okay? That algorithm is very forgiving. It's one of the safest algorithms I have. And, you know, you can choose whatever colors make you happy or the colors that don't make you happy. Oh, that's taking yourself out of a comfort zone. But, you know, can you do that? Sure, of course. You know, so don't hesitate to make it completely yours. From what I know is I can teach the same algorithm to 10 different people and then we show each other pictures and they're all different. And we all use the same step-by-step instructions, you know. So don't, it's yours. That picture is yours and the intentions are yours. Just own them, you know, and make them what you want to make them.
Great, great. Thank you. All right. Anything else to share about the theme before we go to our questions? I know we've got a couple questions in line already. I want to give space if anyone else wants to jump in. All right, great. Well, we've got 2 people in line. And as I mentioned earlier, you have a choice of whether you'd like to come up here on stage. We are recording, so you will get video and audio recorded. If you want, you can ask from your chair and then you'll be audio recorded. And if you want to ask anonymously, you can also do it complete with your chat. And there are a few things I need to say beforehand. I have not run a panel in forever, so let me see. What can I say? This is a great chance for everybody to learn from all that's asked and all that's answered. It's a great opportunity to practice opening your intuition. If you are doing any kind of practice like that, I encourage you to get whatever tools you use. If you use tools, set yourself open in whatever way you are when you do your own work and see what comes through you and how you might answer anyone's question. Scribble, take notes. I find that helpful when I do my own work, and specifically on a panel when there are many other people sharing before I get a chance to share. And then see if the way we answer correlates with how you answer. It's just confirmation that we're tapping into the same kinds of things. If you do have something come through you that might be for the person that asked the question, please, if you could hold it until we all finish answering their question. I would appreciate that. And then I recommend that you private chat them and see if they'd like to hear what came through you. They might feel full after hearing all of our answers. So trust that it came through you for some other reason. There's a third thing that I shared. Let me see if I can figure out what that is. Oh, I know. When you ask a question, and this is true, I think, all the time working with anyone, and particularly when you do this in public, when it's recorded, etc. When you ask a question, when we answer, if we go deeper than you want us to go, or if we start talking about other questions or other topics that for us are related, but you don't want us talking about that here, that's fine. Just let us know, interrupt us, tell us where you want us to focus. If you want to give us that guidance from the beginning. You are the one that's steering. You're the one that's asking the question. So thank you so much for supporting us by asking questions. We're excited to have you. I know who the first person is online, and they've told me already that they want to come up here, so I'm inviting you up right now. If anyone else wants to ask a personal question, we are happy to support you. There's information in the chat. It is $20 to $28 sliding scale or $12 for BIPOC folks. Please pay first. Let me know in the chat that you've paid, and we'll get you in line to come up here. Vanessa, what is your question?
Hi there. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. And then yeah, I have because this is very exciting, and then I'm interested to see what insights you guys may get for me, like intuition messages and insights for me to be for the best ways that I could use these energy, and then the best things for me to do during these days from now to the weekend. This very powerful time. So
Great, great. Now, say anyone that's in the Pacific Northwest, we have a fair up in Bellingham, Ferndale this weekend. Diana's offering an event there, and we've got a fair at Ocean Shores the following weekend, and we've got practice circles in between. So there are all kinds of ways you can connect with community online during this time. Diane's event's going to be online also, so you can even connect when you're far away. All right, let's see. Great. And practitioners for the first time. Okay, great. You're going to be there. If you're on the panel for the first time, we have you raise your hand in Zoom, so I know that you want to answer. I've currently got Diane, Alina, and Arashaya in line. You've got about 3 minutes to answer, and then I will do the little swirly rock to let you know when you're getting close to your 3 minutes. Just finish up, and we'll go on to the next person. All right, Diane is first. Go ahead.
First off, great to see you, Vanessa. I'm getting a few things right off the bat. One, you have some improvement coming in your health over the next 6 months. Some answers and some improvement there. I also see a break of an ancestral program that has been there as far as giving your power away to family and to holding your voice within your family. It does feel like that is going to be taking a broader stroke, and you're going to be activating your throat chakra and really your empowerment. I also see some new gifts activating for you. And also, it does look like you are going to be stepping into a bit more empowerment with your spiritual team and stepping out a bit more. So welcome to the club. I'll say it first. I'll say it now.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks so much, Diane. And then next we've got Alina.
I pulled the card that's called Dreaming Johnny. I'm going to try to, I don't know how much you can see it. So the man is going, on the bridge, and the bridge is broken, and he's looking up instead of down. This is not the card of the situation. It's a card of an advice. The advice with this is what we normally don't advise. And it's stop calculating and trying to look under your feet all the time. Okay? Maybe rise above the situation and let yourself, let your hair down just a bit and let yourself be more carefree. It's okay to be squirrel, 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 okay? It's all right, because that is where you will probably find more answers and get better results than with constant calculating every single step and every move and every word and every thought. Okay? Literally just let your hair down and start chasing those butterflies. It's okay to have a little fun and to not think about all the serious stuff all the time. That is where the results will come. They may not look the way you expect them to look because you're used to calculating, okay? But they will be a lot better quality for you than the ones that you will just heavily calculate, okay? So literally, let your hair down. Dreaming Johnny is 2 air signs. It's Gemini and Aquarius. If you
Oh, boy.
put those guys together, okay, it's a lot of talking and a lot of walking without anybody telling them what to do and what to say and where to go. All right.
Well, without a go.
That's exactly what that is.
Thank you so much, Alina.
Great. Thank you so much. Next, we have Arshaya.
Hi, Vanessa. It's so nice to see you here again at the MIWI Fairs. So what I see about you is that you actually gonna step into a new chapter of your life. So you will be able to express yourself with more ease, to open your heart toward new possibilities. And as well, I see that you are very protected. You have divine protection. You have your star family, your spirit guides. They are totally on your side and they want you to win, right? So I'm getting so much positivity for you. And then if you allow myself to make a few suggestions, those are times are very, very intense energy. If you like to do, I can recommend simple practices for you. Maybe you like to meditate or journaling or some gratitude this time of the year. It will help you a lot. So this is what I'm picking up for you at this moment.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Great. Thanks so much, Arshaya. And next, we've got Shannon and then Lou and then Diane again.
Hey, Vanessa, good to see you.
Hi.
Hey, is it all right if I kind of tune into your field in like a shamanic, or not, sorry, not shamanic, I guess sort of shamanic, but what I meant to say was cranial sacral sort of way. Because I was starting to pick stuff up, but then I was like, oh, I don't know, like if that's something you would consent to or not.
Go
So,
trespass. Yeah, go ahead.
what's that?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, the first thing that I was noticing just as soon as you were talking is like your fingertips and the pads of your fingers. So, like on the ends, it almost feels like, like froggy fingertips, like how they've got the big wide pads that they grip onto. And I'm not sure, Reverend Shreese, I see you nodding your head, so I'd love to hear whatever you're thinking as well. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'm definitely feeling like, as I'm tuning into like the flow of the energy and the tide, like craniosacral tides in your body, it just really feels like everything is going out to your fingertips, like reaching outwards. And I don't know if you've seen like those balls or like these toys or whatever, like, you plug them in and then you stick your hands on them and like the little, like, electric sparks come out to your hands, and wherever you move your hands, like the lines of electricity come out. So I'm almost like feeling that. So it's like this very like outward energy, but it's like a very fine, like delicate feeling energy. And it's very much in your hands. So I don't know if it's like, if that has something to do with like creation or like reaching out into the world or connecting with other people, like kind of touching in some sort of way, either energetically or physically or whatever. But yeah, I'm just very much feeling that there's something about like reaching out with your fingertips into the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Great. All right. And we've got Lou next.
Hi, Vanessa. Nice
Hi.
to meet you. I haven't
Nice to
met
meet
you
you.
before. I really loved Shannon's question. Like, is it okay if I tune into your field? Rather than tuning in. It's really a lovely question to ask permission. So I would suggest a particular energy practice that would bring you a lot of grounding and probably bring you a lot of regulation as well. Would that be okay?
Sure. Yeah.
I usually use kinesiology to check the field and check that that's the right answer. So
Okay.
something might come to mind, but I don't necessarily trust that. I usually check the field. Okay. So the practice that comes up is called hookup. And it's you're hooking up your central meridian, which goes up the front of your body from your pelvic bone to your chin, and your governing meridian, which goes from your tailbone straight up the back of your body and ends on your top lip under your nose. So these two kind of are the endpoints of those two meridians.
Mhm.
And actually, the hookup isn't using those endpoints, although those are really valuable if you're in a meeting or something and you want to reinforce your boundaries, which is always a good thing. So you use your middle finger on your forehead and one in your belly button, and you kind of push up on both of those places, and that connects you and also helps to protect you by using those two really powerful radians.
Okay.
And so I just suggest you try it and try breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just notice what the impact is. You know, how does your feeling in your body change? It's funny, I've used these tools for many, many years. And it's only recently that people have said that they actually use that particular practice for regulation. Like things are going a bit bananas. I'm feeling really, not very regulated, not very good in myself. And they'll use that and everything will calm down.
Okay.
So try it. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No. Oh, and then is there any difference if it's with the left or right? Doesn't matter.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah, that's the
Thank
only
you
one
so
that came up
much.
for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, when you were talking about here and here, it reminded me because I've been doing tapping
Yes.
and it's been helping me. It has helped
Yeah.
me a lot.
Yeah.
It's helped
It
me a
will.
lot. So
Tapping's also very grounding.
yeah.
This is just a different one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very good. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
My pleasure.
Great, great. I just want to comment. I was practicing doing that while you were sharing it, and I sit on a ball and I had my feet propped on something and I was a little wobbly, and it wasn't until I got my feet planted on the ground while I was on the ball that I really got the impact of that. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the earth connection. All right, we've got Diane and then Erin. Go ahead, Diane.
Okay. I am getting screamed at to also mention your shadow work. It is time to let go of some of the shadow spaces that you keep holding on to with your past. And that is part of also what I was getting with Shannon's froggy, sticky fingers. But I will also call out another practitioner who hasn't spoken yet, Miss Reverend Charisse. She is being guided to speak on something, and I am being called to call her out. Love you.
Very subtle. Very subtle.
Well, let's see, because it's up to you. We've got Erin in line next, but Charisse, if you want to just go right now, or Erin, do you want to? I'm open to how we want to. Okay, Erin first. Go ahead.
Yeah, I also had the feeling Charisse needed to speak. So the first thing I got was my guides were like, girl, breathe, just breathe. So meditation came to mind, like the grounding practice is good, but I also got this pretty distinct image from a dream I had last night, and I get a lot of information through my dreams of you've tried some things in the past, like a couple hard tries to build what looks like bridges, and the song Bridge Over Troubled Water came out super hard this morning for me, and I was like, whoa, Simon and Garfunkel, calm down. But there's a third bridge that that card showed, it looks broken, but it's not for you. But you can only access it through play. There's no other way to get where you want to go except through play and letting go of the thinking, as Shannon said and Diane said. And, I feel like I'm just a broken record over here repeating for you. You have a lot of good coming your way, and you've been through a lot. And the Lion King is, he said, Rafiki, what does it matter? It's in the past. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Erin. Yeah, and then when I started laughing, because I always see Diane's face, yeah, the broken record, yeah. Eventually it will register here. Eventually it will come in.
That's great. Thank you. All right, we're going to hand the torch over to Charisse if she would like it.
Well, Diane and Erin, I'm not too sure about this one. And Vanessa, I must say I'm on allergy medicine, so I'm not too sure I'm 100% here, which is why I'm like, am I hearing properly or not? So, which is why I'm a little timid in sharing today. I don't know. I just feel like a grandmother figure is coming through for you. I just see her. I think she was someone who enjoyed expressing her love through cooking. I kind of see her like whipping up some type of dessert in the kitchen. She says that she said, don't be like her. I feel like she missed out on a lot of opportunities. I don't know if she was spiritually connected and you kind of knew that you had this in your lineage. But she says you're on fire right now, and there is so much that your energy and power can do in this world today. And she says you're very, very needed. And again, she's saying don't miss out on your opportunity like I did. So I don't know if she's referencing this 8/8 Lion Gate activation as the best time for you to ask. But I definitely hear her continue saying over and over again, don't miss out on the opportunities like I did. I feel like when you were younger, she used to share maybe not her visions or some thoughts with you that were kind of not of this world. How should I say it? Yeah, there's no other way to say that. But I just feel like she shared some things with you that were very personal to her. I felt like she knew that like you were the one who was going to kind of pass the spiritual torch. So I leave all that with you.
Thank you so much, Reese.
All right, great. Thank you. Diane's got a follow-up.
I'm actually going to back up what Sharice just said to you and say that I confirm with what she was receiving, but it also had to do with your shadow work and you holding back your voice and not necessarily stepping forward in your power. And this was something that has been part of your ancestral line. The women have been held back for various reasons, and you are being called forward. She understood this about you, and you do have enormous energy and enormous ability to heal others and offer healing. But it is time for you to step into that space, and you've got to let go of that doubt, that hesitation, and that need to control how it all happens. But that is also part of what you learned from the women in your family, because they were definitely women who kept control and they found their power in holding that level of control. And there was a certain level of it you witnessed, and it basically places a shadow energy in your life at this point. And it's time for you to kind of recognize that you don't have to hold that energy so much now, that you can let go and you can just have some fun and go where it flows.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies. That was
Thanks
so
so much.
helpful. That
Thanks
was
so much, Diane. And actually, we've still got a little bit more for you. I just want to follow up Diane's with a tiny little thing, and then Shannon's got their hand up again. Immediately, the first thing that came up for me when you asked your question, and I was like, oh, really? Is it okay? Specifically when some other people were answering, I was like, my first thing was, I haven't seen you at the practice circles. My feeling is that we're working on opening your gifts, and then you haven't been coming to practice. So
okay.
be it with our circles, someone else's circles, do something to practice your gifts. You'll at least come and hear the agreements that we set up in the beginning. We talk about how there's no right and wrong. This is an experimental ground. We want to be spacious for everyone. It's okay to just be beginning. I'll put the list of all the dates in the chat. You can pay 40 or 32 to come for as many as you can for the whole month. That counts for 30 days wherever you start in the month. And yeah, so just examples of things you can do. All right, great. And
you.
Shannon's got a little bit more, and then Alina's got a little bit more. So yeah, can't leave yet. If you're full, you can tell us you're full. But yeah, Shannon's got a little more, and then Alina. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, so listening to Reverend Sharice and Diane, I'm also an ancestral healing practitioner. And it really just kind of like hit home for me, like as they were speaking, like, this energy that I was feeling flowing into your fingers. It really feels like it does feel ancestral. And I don't know how to emphasize, like, I can't emphasize enough, like how fine and delicate it feels, and just like this really beautiful, like kind of sparkly way. And as I'm saying that, a heron's flying right across my window. So the heron has confirmation of that. Yeah. And as I'm feeling it still, like it almost is just like, I feel so tender feeling it. Like I almost feel like I'm about to start crying. So in a good way, like it's just so beautiful and just so lovely and delicate and sparkly. So yeah. And, I don't know if you do that. I mean, one practical idea that came to me, I don't know if you do like Qigong or anything like that, or Tai Chi, but to get that energy moving, like really focusing on having the energy come out to the fingertips and even out through the fingertips, kind of out into the universe. That could be something. You can find tons of videos on YouTube. You don't have to, go to a class or anything if you don't want. So
That's
yeah.
that's fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. All right. And Alina's got a little bit more too. And then we've got now 3, maybe 4 more questions in line.
Just one little thing to follow up on Lorelai's invitation to practice circles. Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes better. Okay? And
Yeah.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah, the progress instead of perfection, right? This is what I'm working on. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for jumping in to ask a question. Thank you for getting us started. It's been lovely hearing everyone's answers. All right. All right, great. Let's see. So the next person in line, I just asked them if they want to. Okay, great. So they're going to come up on Spotlight. So I'll just mention we've got N and then B and then M. And then I was just hearing maybe from S. So we've got a whole bunch of different questions coming in. All right. I need N. I need your video on, and then I'll bring you up here on Spotlight. I'll ask you about turning on your video. But thanks so much, everyone, for supporting us by asking questions. This is really great. You're coming up here. So yeah, Naila, everyone's gonna, right? We'll see your name and everything. Okay, great. So let me bring you up. All right. Naila, what is your question?
I hope everybody's doing good. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. So what I wrote down is I was wondering if there's any connections between the Chinese zodiac and the Lion Gate portal. For example, I was born on I'm a Leo. I was born August 1st, and I was born the year of the snake, and I was wondering if, being a Leo and whoever's born with any other Chinese zodiac, does that have a connection to the Lion's Gate, and is there a meaning behind it? Those two.
All right, great. And is there any way, let's see, you asked a little bit of a general question. Is there any other particular way you want personal answers? Is it okay if we share like some of what we pick up for you personally around all that?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's completely
Okay,
fine.
great. All right, Diane's ready. Jump in.
Absolutely. Jumping right in here. Yes, I mean, even though we're in the year of the horse, which is all about us taking action, making very rapid, fast movements in empowerment, in technology, in new ways of being that you're born in the year of the snake, you are still going to receive this energy. Being you're born in Leo energy, you're going to receive this energy. But for snakes this year, it's you've already had to shed the skin. Okay. So you're at a space now where it's accepting what you know about yourself and making active movement towards what you need and what you feel is right in alignment for you, chasing what your heart desires. You might have to let go of a few ideas or old memories or old thought patterns that come up because of ego and pride. No offense, every Leo's got a bit of it. It's just common, but we all have it in our chart somewhere. And you being a sun sign of Leo, you are definitely going to feel a few areas of your life that have been reflecting on you recently that you are ready to shed, you are ready to let go, but you are actually in a prime point right now to actively move on your career, to actively move into some new places with friendships and relationships, as far as your social life goes. So I would take every opportunity to go after the things that really make you feel good, feel empowered, but be mindful of, as a snake this year, and having already gone through a level of having to shed a lot of old skin, a lot of old paradigms, a lot of old thought programs, this past year when we were in the dragon energy, you are at a place right now where you can feel a little vulnerable in a few areas. So be compassionate to yourself. If you need to rest a little bit more, rest, but it's definitely time for you to get active because we have 2 planets right now dealing with Mars, and which is a lot of fire energy. So with Mars sitting in Saggy energy as well, which is another fire sign, you have got to move your body right now. It's going to really help you process this energy. Being in a fire horse year, it's all about getting active, moving, finding ways to get outdoors, whatever feels good to you, even if you got to go to the water, maybe doing some swimming, things of that nature. But as long as your
Whoops.
body is moving, you're going to be able to transmute these energies and really find.
Diane's having some technical challenges. We'll just keep going with her. Hopefully she comes right back in. And she disappears.
Did everybody?
You're cutting out, so maybe let me try turning off your video.
Me?
Keep talking. Yeah, Diane, keep talking. See if we can hear you now.
Okay.
We lost the last part of your answer.
I was just saying that you might even go towards the swimming pool or go towards water to help move some of this energy. But you're really in a place right now where you can transmute a lot of old thoughts, old programs as far as that goes, get some extra rest, and just get active right now because you got a lot of insight towards new beginnings, especially work and with relationships this year. So enjoy that space. There's even a possibility of new romance and new romantic kind of energies coming in for you if you're willing to take that leap.
All right, great. Go ahead.
Thank
Yeah. Yeah, Naila, if you have any comments you want to share in response to any of the answers, go ahead.
Oh no, I was surprised because I do love to swim. I love water. Some reason when my body is overheated, I go to water to help cool down. Everything she said, she was correct. But yeah, that was very insightful. Thank you so much.
Great, great. Thank you. All right, next we've got Shannon, then Lou, then Arashaya. Go ahead, Shannon.
Hey, Naila, good to see you. So my birthday is also August 1st. I'm a horse sign though. And I actually can't really speak too much to the Chinese zodiac. But I can just kind of speak from my own personal experience. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I can speak from my own personal experience, and if it resonates, that's great. And if not, that's totally okay too. I've just noticed, I think everybody probably experiences like kind of an increase in like an energy and urgency, and especially like in this culture, like, we're told like, oh, we have to do all the things in the summertime, like get out and go enjoy like the day until it's dark and, be outside all day and stuff like that. And I find for myself that if I'm not careful, I can really get swept up in that energy, and then get completely burned out. I've done some pretty impulsive things in the summer. Like I bought a house sight unseen one August, stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely. Like I find that for myself, I have to be extra mindful about slowing down and taking time to really have some downtime this time of year, which seems kind of counterintuitive to like this big fire energy of the sun. What else was I going to say? And especially being on August 1st too, I can never pronounce it correctly. It's, the Celtic holiday, Lunasa Lammas, all about like the harvest and everything's ripening and like, coming into fruition. But yeah, so for myself, I really find that I have to kind of just like chill my energy out and get a lot of grounding. And again, I also feel like a bit of a broken record saying like, what's coming to me again is also like some sort of like gentle movements, like any sort of, practices like Qigong or whatever to help move your energy in a slower way and to kind of help, process all of that. So yeah, thanks.
Great, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we've got Lou, Arashaya, and Erin. Go ahead, Lou.
Hi, Naila. Nice to meet you. Thanks for
Nice
your
to meet you
question.
too. Oh, sorry. I was going to say nice to meet you too. Sorry.
Thank you. So I just tuned in to figure out what practice might be useful, and one came up immediately. And it's very reminiscent of what Shannon was saying. It's I don't know that it's a Qigong practice, but I know that Tai Chi uses it, and I know that pranic healing uses it. And it's a kind of like, I don't know if you've heard of emotional freedom technique, but emotional freedom technique is this tapping that people do, and it covers kind of all the meridians. And this practice makes me think of that, but you don't tap meridians at all. You you use circles. So you kind of go in circles for 12 with your head, right? Each direction, right? And then you use your arms and go in circles back and then forward for 12. And then you do the same thing with your hips, right? And your knees and your ankles, and you can take it to your elbows and your wrists. And it's just very clearing and very grounding. And it should kind of help you regulate as well. And come to, I mean, all of these practices kind of give you a sense of alignment and therefore give you a sense of peace. So I don't know if you have a spiritual practice, but if you do, something like this would be a great thing to do before your practice, because you'll be able to listen more deeply. Whether it's a spiritual practice, emotional practice, whatever it is, you'll be able to hear better, whether it's inside you or listening to guidance. Yeah, that's what came up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have tried something like that before. It really is helpful. I need to start doing that again. But some reason it really does help me out and focus and practice my energy. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. Thanks for being here.
Oh,
It's
you're welcome.
really nice to meet you.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much, Lou. Next, we have Arshaya and then Aaron.
Hi, Naila. It's so nice to meet you. I will try shortly to answer your question the best I can, very short. So there isn't actually a traditional direct connection between the Lionsgate portal and the Chinese zodiac, as you ask. By the way, I'm a snake, as you. I'm a fire snake. So the Lionsgate concept comes from modern New Age spirituality, and the Chinese zodiac comes from a completely different astrological tradition based on the 12-year animal cycle, right? So those are completely different. Just shortly to answer your question. So as a snake, right? Because we are both, I'm going to tell you from my experience if this helps. So I left my environment. It's been 2 months. So I left to South Asia. Right now I'm in Bali, right? So I noticed once you, even if you make a short trip, you don't have to go that far, right? When we leave our environment, the familiar, the place where we are comfortable, what we know, right? It helps us create more space, right? More space for us to grow, more space for us to be more receptive to other people's needs, let's say, to open our heart, right? So I noticed for me tremendously the ocean, the sun gazing, if you do this practice, right? If you do grounding, connect with the Mother Earth, just put your feet, bare feet, on a soil, sand if you have a beach nearby, right? The water, like lake, sea, this helps me tremendously. I'm an energy therapist, so I can work with the energy. So that comes in my practice and helps me even more. So I do meditate. So I make this connection somehow like detach, right? I want just the noise, right? Just get rid of the external noise. Detach and just come inside. Make this connection with your inside, with the God inside you, right? And then see those times, the Lion's Gate, the energies are so intense, so we will be able to connect more easily and get downloads, right, from the spiritual realm, from your ancestor, your star family, right? But we need as well to create that space, right? So we cannot do it in the noise of the world. So that's my experience. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight.
Actually, yes, it does. I'm very sensitive, and if everything is like noisy or I feel I pick it up too much energy, I like to remove myself. I've been doing that more lately. I like to actually walk at night, and I feel like it's more quiet in the world when it's nighttime.
Right.
So that actually makes sense for me. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So maybe you wanna put some healthy boundaries, right?
yes. Okay. All right.
Great. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. We've got Aaron and then Alina. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hi, Nyla.
It's good to meet you. Um, so the first thing I got was my third eye really hurt, and then like bam, right in my forehead, and then my hand started to get really buzzy. So you can hold a lot of energy, and I feel like you're incredibly intuitive. And pardon, one of the clairs is like touch. You can pick up things through touch. And when I was first waking up, awakening, as they say, I couldn't touch anything. I could, like, if I was out in public and I had a coffee cup that somebody else had drunk before me, even if it had gone through the dishwasher or whatever, I knew everything about that person. And it can get incredibly mentally and energetically overwhelming. So the practices that Lou suggested for you would be incredibly helpful, just from an energetic standpoint. I feel like you have a lot of guides and a lot of like ancestors or spirits that really want your attention, and it's so noisy for you because you're picking up so much and you don't have those energetic boundaries yet because this isn't all new for you, that overwhelmed easily. I'm kind of getting overwhelmed for you right now. I've had to like do some grounding stuff for myself. I think the practice circles would be really, really helpful for you. There are lots of teachers in these circles who can help you on any given day with what you're feeling or what you're going through and help you parse things. Um, just like that's what I get for you. And that's energetically when I am taking on the load for somebody, I get very hot. And right now I'm kind of sweating a little bit and I've been kind of cold all day. So you're an excellent conduit, and all of the stuff that you're feeling and like the walking at night. I used to do that back when I was younger. But like trust yourself and like listen to your heart. Like that's what this Lionsgate portal is about. And you're on the right path because you're here. And I think just some extra stuff for you would be the practice circle and anything that Lou can offer, and even Alina's neurographic drawing, I think would really help you. Yeah, that's all I have for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, actually, I have been getting a lot of headaches, but I went to doctors and I take many medications, but it's like no matter what, it doesn't go away. So I think what you said about, opening my third eye, possibly, I feel like maybe that's it, but I keep second guessing myself, like, oh, it's probably all in my head. Self-doubting myself. But I feel like if I keep doing this, maybe it's just I need to learn more about myself and set boundaries, like you said. But yeah, it's very helpful. And just like when I try to help people, I burn out my body so bad. It's like draining an iPhone and get so hot. And that's why I get so attracted to water easily. And it makes more sense clear that I'm speaking about it now. But but thank you so much for that insight. It's been really helpful. And I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just a little nervous, so that's why I'm trying to speak up more.
no, it's okay. Your voice is powerful and your gifts are incredibly powerful. I don't get like the bam a lot.
Mm.
So just like if you're not being a conduit, which is what gifts are, right? You're being a resistor, and you have a whole team that's like, "We're here, we're here." They're so loud, I cannot even tell you. They want you to hear them. Just trust yourself. You got this.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, great. Unless we've got Alina and then Lou. Go ahead, Alina.
Get some yellow jasper and work with it. Okay. For the Sun and Leo, there are 4 different crystals that work best when you have Sun and Leo. However, yellow jasper, being yellow and the color fire, it will still keep your Leo qualities there. It's not fighting them. But at the same time, jasper is extremely grounding. And it's kind of like putting out the fire with sand. Um, you know, uh, but still keeping the fire because it's yellow. It's a great, inexpensive stone that you can, try to wear or carry in your pocket, or just sit with it and meditate for however long you can, even if it's just a few minutes, and just let it work on you. It also improves the well-being, just overall. It kind of works on the whole body simultaneously. And for me personally, it fights fatigue. I wear it to not get tired, basically. But it is a great, great grounding stone to work with. If you go to the store to buy a piece, see which one calls out to you. Hold it, sniff it if you want. And that's okay. Sometimes even I've seen people smell stones. I'm like, why are you smelling it? They all smell the same to me. To me, they do. To others, they may not. Okay, and that's okay. And just choose what's going out to you. Ask where the sellers have yellow jasper. It's a pretty common stone. And work with it. Let its vibrations kind of tune with yours, and see how your body and your mind and your environment responds to it.
Oh, thank you so much. I wanted to ask one thing. So why do you recommend yellow jasper? I have black, I can never pronounce it, Ottoman. I use that, but is there a reason why yellow jasper calls out to you to speak about it?
There was a time when I was talking about crystals for big three. I even have a book on that, and it's not the most mentioned or popular book that I have, but there are 4 stones that I recommend to work with when you have Sun and Leo. The reason I see the jasper for you is because it's very calming and grounding. It's not going to take you all the way out, into the astral dimensions and like shoot out into the space. This may not be the time for it. It's Jasper is extremely safe. It has virtually no side effects. So if you want to start working with crystals, Jasper is one of the crystals to put into your starter kit. So that's why. And yellow because Leo. Okay, that is a very, very Leo color. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say thank you so much because that makes sense as I'm still practicing. I feel like I forgot Aaron said I get overwhelmed easily, and if I get overwhelmed going into the spirit world or the astral world, I feel I'll take in too much, and it might not help with my mind a little bit. But that really is helpful, and I appreciate that. I never knew that. But you learn new stuff every day. But yes, thank you. I'll consider that.
Okay, great, great. And we've got a little bit more from Lou and a little bit more from Shannon. And Lou, if you haven't answered yet, go ahead. Can't remember. That's why I'm on the channel.
I have answered previously. Has Shannon?
Yeah, I think you're both sharing a little
Okay.
bit more. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So as I was listening, and the longer I'm with you, I'm picking up more things that might be helpful. So one is just having 100% boundaries wherever you are, whether it's with people or with the spirit world. And kind of you can put a bubble of light around you. You can use those meridians that I talked about earlier to kind of zip up your field and protect your field. It's important that you do. You are very sensitive and very there's a lot of kindness and a lot of gentleness in you, and you need to protect yourself. But you also need to listen to yourself, right? And listen to what's okay for you and what's not. And don't go where it's not okay for you, right? Like actively choose that. This is okay for me. I like this. I feel well here. Or this food's okay for me or whatever. Like, and just keep choosing that. And it makes your whole system strengthens with that, with those choices, because all those younger parts inside kind of feel your care, that you're choosing what's good for you and what makes you feel stronger. And then with the headaches, there's a practice where you just use these points and hold them. I mean, there's different practices, but this is the one that came up for you. And just kind of hold those 2 points and put pressure on them. So it's at the ends of your eyebrows and here, right on the bone next to your eyes. So those are the 2 points, right? And just hold both of them at the same time. Yeah. And just see how it goes. And I didn't get that you're dehydrated, but obviously drink a lot of water when it comes to headaches.
Yeah, when I did that, my mind felt a little bit clear. The headaches are gone a little bit for a second.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'm starting to drink more water. I really do need to drink more water. But yeah, it just felt a little bit more clear, like the pain is gone a little bit.
Good.
That's
There's a
amazing.
lot of practices. Just listen to what works for you. We all have a similar energy field and we're all different.
Mm.
Right? And I've never recommended that to anyone ever, right? Never. It came up for you. So, and I'm glad that it worked.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Great. We've got a little bit more from Shannon, and then we've got 3 more questions.
Yeah, just real quick, Naila, is it okay if I tune into your field in a craniosacral way? I just asked because that feels a little bit different than tuning in it like in a more like, intuitive way. So I just want to make sure that's okay.
Oh, sure.
Okay, cool. Because when you mentioned the headaches, I started to get information. I'm just kind of checking in really quickly. Yeah, it's almost like so kind of like right at the bottom of like your sternum, like kind of like where the diaphragm, like the breathing diaphragm attaches. So actually kind of like also like and down into the solar plexus area, which actually is really interesting because I think that yellow is the color of the solar plexus chakra, if I remember correctly. So it's interesting that Alina mentioned yellow crystals. It almost feels like something is like in your diaphragm is like blocked and then it's like getting pulled up. Yeah, and it's like almost like this thickening, like right in here. And then it's like getting pulled upward. And I know like in traditional Chinese medicine, like headaches can because like one of the root causes can be like the energy getting stuck in the upper part of the body rather than being able to flow downwards. So, like any sort of like maybe massage for your diaphragm, just like any gentle massage, you could just take like a rolled up washcloth if you don't have any like, squishy massage balls or anything and just kind of very gently, massaging in that area could potentially be helpful. And there's lots of other practices as well, like any sort of grounding meditation. Definitely craniosacral could be really helpful for that if that's something you're ever interested in. But yeah, just anything to like, could also like do like a breathing sort of meditation where you're like, you're imagining like as you're exhaling, like letting the energy flow down, like, from the top of your body down through your legs and out through your feet into the earth. But yeah, I'm just seeing that there's some sort of like kind of tension, like drawing upwards, almost like this part of your body is trying to hold itself up or something in a way. It almost feels like it's kind of detaching you from the rest of your body a little bit. So does that make sense, or does that feel like something that you'd be, trying like some meditation practices to help with or massage for?
Well, no, and it makes sense. I think it's because, well, for many years, I always carry like energy, like because I'm very cautious how I speak to people too, to be mindful. So I guess maybe that too, but it's like some reason it's always like in the center of my chest that I feel like this icky feeling. Like I got cleansed yesterday, but some of it's still there. I don't know why, but maybe using those techniques that Lou said could maybe help
Yeah,
with
totally.
that, but it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I just want to say I can totally relate to the being careful about like what you say to people and stuff like that. Like I found for myself personally that kind of creates like this upward kind of contraction in my chest where it's like the words don't come out, but then they don't settle down either. So yeah, that's great that you're aware of that, and that yeah, you're mindful of that. So, or that you're becoming aware of that pattern in yourself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Shannon. And just to mention, Shannon is doing craniosacral healing online and also in person this weekend in Bellingham, Ferndale. Sunday at the end of the fair. All right. Thank you so much, Naila. Thanks for your question and for receiving the support from all of us.
Thank you.
All right. We've got B and M and S in line now. So, and I think B is wanting to come up on stage. Let me go find you. Where are you? This is great. We've got a nice big group. I've got to tab all through you and find where you are. There you are. All right. I need your video on before you come up if you would like to come up. Are you ready? Okay, great. Great. Here, I'm bringing you up. All right. Brooke, what is your question?
Hi. First of all, thank you very much. This is really cool. And my birthday's tomorrow, so this feels double special that this happened to be in my email. And I wrote down my question because I don't want to forget anything. So this time last year, I had a major health event, which has thankfully resolved. I also manage a chronic illness I was diagnosed with in my 20s. The major health event was one of the most harrowing experiences of my life, definitely top 3. I also cut ties with a very toxic relationship, partly because of this health experience. Also, my dad, who was my person, died several years ago unexpectedly, and I'm feeling a strong need to get a message from him or from one of my guides at this time. And to sum it up, I went through it. I'm feeling stronger and prepared, but I would love to know what's next on my journey. So thank you.
Great. Thanks so much. Yeah, I appreciate you getting all that wound up together. So
Thank you.
practitioners, you can respond to all of it together, parts of it, however you want to do this is great. All right. And we've got Erin ready. Go ahead, Erin.
Hello, Brooke. It's nice to see you, meet you. So for what's next, the first thing I got, like loud, clear, and immediate, what do you want? That's really like, what do you really want? Like, whether it's, the Lionsgate portal is all about what you want and what you want for yourself and for your future and choosing what's right for you. I always like to add the little tidbit with no harm to myself or others because I wish for a brand new car and I got in a car accident. So that like last little bit, super important. I feel like you know what you want. So asking us what you want seems a little, does that make sense?
Yeah,
As
no, it
Diane
does.
was saying, yeah, she's not here, she's gone right now, but as Diane was saying, this is about you. This Lionsgate portal is all about you. It's not about your mom or your uncle or your sister or your brother. It's about what you want and the next steps in your journey, in your path. With that, I will add a caveat, which is the more people you allow access to when you go, well, what do you think about this? Then you have their opinion sitting in your head, riding around, telling you what you want. And I think maybe you have a little bit of trouble with that. So don't let other people's opinion sit in your head like a passenger princess trying to drive your car, because that's not what you need right now. Sometimes those big health scares, and maybe this feels a little masculine, sometimes those big health scares are there to like set you straight and to pull you away from the people who want to eat your energy, right? There's lots of people out there, toxic relationships, toxic, friendships, toxic whatever ships. Like, this is your journey, and You are capable of so many amazing things. And the other message I'm getting from you is don't date people and don't be friends with people because of their potential. You're not you're not here for someone else's potential, right? It's like looking at a movie poster and thinking the movie is going to be great, but it's crap. The effects were crap, the budget was crap, it's crap actors. And but you already spent the money on the ticket, right? Just because you paid for the
Yeah,
ticket doesn't mean you have to go to the movie. Does that make sense?
yeah, thank you. You
You're
just
welcome.
reconfirmed some things I was already thinking about earlier in the week, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that, really.
Great. Thanks so much, Erin. Next, we've got Alina, then Arashaya, then Shannon.
I pulled Jester. I'll show you the card because as I was pulling it, Erin was talking, and at that point I couldn't help but giggle. And here's the card. So,
It's kind of far
you
away.
know,
Can you hold it up towards the
is it
camera a little
okay?
bit?
Yeah, sure, of course. How does
Great.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's better.
He's going. Okay. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know how he's gonna get there. He doesn't know how long it's gonna take, and he doesn't know how much it's gonna cost. He's just going. Okay. I'm going. I'm going straight. Where straight is everywhere. Okay. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? Who cares? Just start going. Okay. Sometimes you don't need to know what you're looking for. You just need to start looking. This is the very depiction of Aquarius. He doesn't have much. He has a little knapsack with some king puppet in it, and a stick to walk with. Up, there we go. It's up. It's focusing. But you know, just go. Just start. Take the walking stick. Take the knapsack, and let's go. I'm going somewhere. No one's gonna tell me where to go. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. That is as carefree as it gets. In a pretty safe way because you know even though the road is swervy and there is some rocks, he's not flying, he's not jumping, and every once in a while he still remembers to look under his feet. So yeah, that's kind of what I pulled. But like I said, I couldn't help but giggle when Erin was talking and I pulled this very card.
Thank you. That resonates very much with how I'm feeling and how I generally go about my experience.
Great. Thank you so much, Alina. Next, we've got Arashaya, then Shannon, then Lou.
Hi, Brooke. Nice to meet you here, and happy birthday.
Oh, thanks very much.
Yes. So what I see you, you are on the verge of starting something new. Either it's a new relationship, new business project, you want to go study, you want to go travel the world, you know. But you are on that verge, right? So when you make that decision, right, like you can talk to friends, family, whoever, but the most important is to listen to your inner guidance intuitively, right? So how do you feel? Is this aligned? This next step, next chapter, is this aligned? Right? So that would be the most important question for yourself. And if you allow me to give you some practical example, for example, meditation. I think that can help you tremendously, really take advantage of those energies with the Lionsgate portal and put that intention out there, right? Ask yourself, what do I really want for myself? What do I really love, right? So ask yourself those questions, put the intention, and then manifest. Do meditation, grounding, whatever works for you. And then I really see yourself doing some energy work, either if it's Reiki, I don't know, Shambhala, there are all kinds of energy works out there. You can go and really take advantage. Use those energies, put that intention when you do that session, and you see you will get guidance from the spiritual world, from your star family, right? So I think this will help you more than asking, I don't know, even us or like a bunch of people, right? So you get
Yes.
connection with yourself, with your intuition, and then you're gonna get those downloads, those insights maybe.
Thank you. I realized over the past year, I was raised in around enough people in my experience where I'm constantly questioning if I'm doing the right thing and therefore always asking for feedback. Constantly. I sent my question in advance to Lorelai because I was like, is this right? Am I asking the right thing? So getting away from that is something that's really important to me. Because I really don't want to continue kind of going through my life constantly asking others what they think about what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is actually cutting out the noise, the distractions, other people's opinion, or even trying to please others. No, right? Go inside and listen to your intuition, and you see you're gonna get tremendous guidance for yourself.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
All right, great. Thanks, Harshaya. Next we have Shannon and then Lou.
Hey there. So that's really interesting what you just shared. I mean, I'm kind of paraphrasing, so correct me if I misinterpreted it, but it sounds like kind of like second guessing yourself all of the time. Because what came up to me immediately as you were talking, like reading your question, is that your ancestors are celebrating you. Like as soon as you mentioned your dad, like I saw like the little like emoji, like, you know, like the little horn that you blow into and the thing, you know, like streams out. Like they're just celebrating you so much and like where you're at in your life. And yeah, it's just, I'm almost, yeah, it's hard for me to even put into words, just how much they love you and how excited they are for you. It almost feels like you're kind of like, yeah, like at this precipice in a good way. And they're just so excited for you to go forward and like, you know, like to expand and kind of like, you know, it feels like what I'm feeling a little bit is that there's been like this kind of contraction a little bit or like holding yourself tightly a little bit. And they're just so excited for you to finally expand outwards. And it's like, I'm seeing that you could go like in any direction, really, like whatever you're passionate about and really calls to you is like something that you could, you know, work with and make a part of your life. So, yeah. So that's all I was seeing with that.
Thank you. I know that lends into also me needing the opinion of maybe my ancestors or others, but I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you very, very much.
Oh yeah, and I hear you with that. That's a good point. Like it's not that in that way. Like they're not like, oh, we're happy for you because you're doing this particular thing. It's just that they have like so much love and joy and support for you, and yeah, and just you know excitement for whatever you choose to do in your life, and you know they're whatever is right for you, particularly. So yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Shannon. Next is Lou.
Hi, Brooke.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for asking
Same.
the questions and being here. So there's two practices that come up for you. And the first one is one that I've been working with for years and I kind of developed with clients over time. And it's noticing where you feel that thing in the body and then putting your hands on the center of your chest and speaking directly to that feeling in your body as though it's a younger part of you. And saying, hey, we're okay, something like that. Use your own words. Hey, we're okay. What are you worried about? What do you need? And maybe slow that down, right? So, hey, we're okay. See what the response is. What do you need? What are you worried about? And then try to do and whatever it is they're needing and be supportive of them, you know, and say things like, yeah, I know it was really shit. It really was. It's not an illusion. You know, like if that's true, you know, like validate their experiences. But there's something really powerful about differentiating between you and your younger parts, because otherwise they will run your life. So when you speak to your body as a younger part, it does that differentiation. And it's really helpful. It's really, really helpful.
Thank you. Yeah, it does often feel like old parts of me are running the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've just gotten so used to letting that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this will help you listen to them without following them, because they're 5 or 3 or 2 or 10 or like, but they're holding your core beliefs and they're telling you about it because they want to protect you from what happened. Like it's and it's good that they're telling you. It's good. And but they need you to reassure them and be the parent in the system kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other practice that comes up is the bubble practice, right? You need 100% boundaries all of the time. I don't care how much you love somebody, you need 100% boundaries all of the time. And just keep bringing that in and keep asking for it. When you go into a situation, ask for it.
All right, great. It looks like Shannon's got a little bit more, Erin's got a little bit more. And then I just sent Diane the questions. And
Diane's back. Yay. Hi, Diane.
All right. Shannon and Erin, just, if you haven't shared already, or if you have shared already, please just be brief on the second round, and then maybe Diane will have something. We've got 2 more questions. We are on time. I want to be careful. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, just super quick. Just a clarifying phrase that came to me was unconditional love. That your ancestors are there for you no matter what you choose. So it's not about choosing the right thing or, anything like that. It's really just they love you unconditionally and they're there to support you no matter what. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Shannon. And then Erin.
Just real quick, what Lou said, when you start listening and parenting your inner child, do not be surprised if current relationships fall away, whether they're familial, friendship, or romantic, because as you grow, not everybody grows with you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm experiencing something like that in real time, and I'm really listening to myself saying, that's maybe a no for me. Now I'm feeling okay with that decision. So
yeah, it's great. Yeah, you talked about it starting, last year, earlier in the year, and then continuing. All right, and Lou's got a bit more too. Go ahead.
I think I might have forgotten what it was.
And if it comes back, it comes back.
Yeah. But it was about that listening to yourself and reassuring yourself and kind of making yourself bigger, making your needs bigger, reminding yourself that you're central in your journey. It's your journey. It's nobody else's journey. Everybody else can go.
yeah,
it sounds harsh, but trust me, as a helper, I've come a long way in knowing this is true, right? It's not about them. You can love them more by taking amazing care of yourself and knowing your path. It's just not about them. Diane.
Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, Diane's got something. All right. Well, let's get you unmuted. Unmuted is essential.
Okay, thank you. All right, so stepping in a little late here, I get to read the question. I got a couple things coming in. One, I'm being guided to tell you that not having the answer right now as far as what next or where to go next is part of what the journey is about right now, is you taking a pause to love all the aspects of yourself and how far you have come. Okay. I do get a masculine energy coming in that is saying that you need to kind of relax and have a little fun. You've been so focused on the healing part of your journey and overcoming what has been the past that you kind of got yourself wound up a bit tight. I mean, I'm kind of like this corkscrew that's just being crushed in this spring kind of energy. And you are being guided to really kind of relax right now. Enjoy where you're at right now in this moment. Don't focus so much on what is coming next, because it will present itself. And when it does, you're going to feel it. Like my body is radiating with these like goosebumps right now, saying that you're going to physically feel and know that this is an alignment for you. This is where you need to go next. So allow yourself to relax, because when you're in play, when you're heart-centered, you are going to receive so much more and so much easier. Okay. I do get this masculine energy is with you and is supporting you and is sending a lot of love your way. I'm going to be very blunt and say that it's also saying get rid of the shit. Sorry, it's a very blunt kind of comment to come out, but it's like very much just like get rid of the shit. And it seems to be referring to some masculine or possible other energies that you have associated with. But they do seem to be abundantly in support of you just truly having some fun right now and keeping the faith in yourself. You have a tendency of overgiving your energy and your faith in other people and other things instead of holding it collectively for yourself. And part of what you need to recognize right now is it's time to focus that energy back on you and where you're going next. Okay. So trust that you're in alignment right now. The not knowing is actually a gift right now, because it's about you letting go of the need to control and constantly work towards something, but to just sit in that knowing of you're enough, that you have done all of this amazing deep work and have really overcome some really incredible odds to be here, to be present today, to live through this Lion's Gate, and to set these intentions for where you want to go next. So trust, and I'm being told that it's not going to be too long, but take the next week or so and really just let loose, love yourself, give that energy to yourself, have a little fun, because the answers are coming, and I'm being told you're going to feel it. It's like your body is going to radiate with this goosebump energy that says, yes, I feel this is for me. I'm going for this. Okay. And until you feel that feeling, sit back, enjoy, have some fun. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Brooke, for your question and letting us share.
Thank you.
All right, we've got M and S, and I think they're both going to share from their chairs. Let's see, I will go ask you to unmute. All right, great. What's your question?
Hi, let me know if it's easier for them if I come on camera. So my question is, for whoever can answer, can you give me any feedback on what you see coming, or just what the energy of the Lion's Gate is holding for me? My initial question was going to be around finances and work. And then when I was just listening and trying to figure out exactly what to ask, I just kind of saw myself floating in the air, like basically up in the sky floating, and I could see all around me, but I couldn't go in either direction. I was literally just spinning in the air in one position, and I heard suspended animation. So I just wanted to know what you guys are picking up for me, especially around that information.
That's great. I'm going to jump in and just share a little bit while Aaron's getting ready. So I know a bit about your work. We haven't talked about a bunch of specifics, but I'm imagining that they so depend on you and that you give so much more than they are really giving back to you for. Like you give so much, you are so responsible, you hold so much. And
You're right.
so if you wanted, you could do related work at a place that appreciated you a lot more. You could have a schedule that's easier in your life. Like all those things are possible. So you could definitely do that. Though part of what you have to face though is that you stop taking care of someone that's so dependent on you. You don't have to keep giving to them. I'm guessing that you've got lifetime lessons with that, and that's part of what's here. And that's how you've gotten into the situation of giving so much and being so responsible. I'm trying to find where you are. You were just moving around on the, there you are. I see you. Okay. Sorry. Things were moving around on my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So that's what so you got your video on so people can see you. Yeah. You want to stay there though? You don't want to come up on screen, right? So just you're available if other people then on the panel want to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm and you have tons of people skills. You use your people skills at work. I think you've got many more people skills. And so if you wanted, you could have your work be even more focused on people than it is now.
Got it.
So all that's there that you could do. And learning to honor yourself better is a lesson. It's here. It's going to show up all over the place until you face it more. I, of course, know things about this too. And yeah, so there's a bit for you. And we've got Diane ready to go, and we'll see who else is ready next.
Okay, so this was rather fun visual, but the first thing I got is it's in the air.
Yep.
What I'm being told with this is that one, you're not going to be working so hard. It is time for you to have some fun and to let go, like Lorelai was saying, because you are being underappreciated, but you already know this, but you actually have to let go of that. You have a history and a pattern of overextending and overworking yourself. And it's a program that has been long instilled for multiple reasons. And you are an overachiever, and there's nothing wrong with all that. Trust me, joined that club more than a couple times in my life. But you are actually at a place where it's time to actually let go and let flow and watch how it comes in for you. You don't have to do so much work in this next chapter. Yes, the abundance is going to be there, the finances are going to show up, but you're actually about to hit more of a flow state that is actually a lot more fun and a lot more humorous to you. And I'm getting told that your personality is supposed to come out with this. Like you're supposed to be that animated character. So,
Okay.
I'm also hearing possibly podcast. So,
Oh, you're funny.
if you haven't considered possibly putting your voice out there, putting a bit of your humor out there, it does look like it might be time for you to push some of that out as well. But it really does feel like, as far as the finances, as far as the work goes, it's going to be coming to you. It's just a matter of you letting go of this idea that you have to overdrive and overwork for it. And it's going to flow. It's just going to flow in for you and flow to you. Okay. Have some fun.
That's great. Thanks, Diane. We've got Erin and then Alina already. Erin, you were in. Okay, great.
Sorry about that. Me and the phone are fighting today. Hi, Marcia. So with the letting go, I was hearing there's like a lot of fear around that. And oh, yeah, a lot of fear. But you don't need to be afraid. Sometimes we tell ourselves that being brave is vanquishing our fear. It's not. It's doing the thing that scares us, even though we are afraid. And I'm not saying, oh, this thing that's going to be like, oh, if you feel like all of this fear, that's the right thing. I don't think that's the case. I think you know what the right thing is. And I think Diane tapped into that a lot. But trusting yourself, and this is an act of self-love, this like letting go and going towards the right thing for you. Loving yourself comes in a lot of different forms, self-care and all of that wonderful stuff that, face masks and spas, but sometimes it's doing the thing that feels hard, the thing that feels terrifying, because it's the next step on your journey. And I just see a lot of brightness when you do that. Just a lot of what Lorelai said, joy, and I also got that you're exhausted. I just felt so bone tired when you asked your question. It
Yeah,
was like
you're right.
not enough
You're
sleep in the
right.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally been like that the past 2 weeks. And when the suspended animation came up, I went and looked up the definition just to be sure. And it was talking about when animals and fish go into hibernation mode. Yeah. So you're right. I'm like, why have
Love
I been
yourself
sleeping so much?
because you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love yourself in all the ways that and when people go on vacation, they give themselves permission to sleep. You don't need to spend all that money. Just take a nap, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I wanted to say too, you recently went through a big change in your life, And I think that you now have enough spaciousness to notice what you need and to reflect on what you want.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, great. We've got Alina and then Arashaya.
I'm gonna give you a bad advice. Start getting sneaky.
Wait. Start getting what?
Sneaky.
That's funny.
As in, you don't have to put all the cards on the table. You don't have to show everything that you are, that you know, that you do, that you feel, and that you think. Okay? It's okay to be a little manipulator. Everybody is. And it's okay to play a game that only you know the rules to. Here's why. I'm gonna switch my camera for a second.
Okay.
As you were talking and I was shuffling the cards, this is what I pulled. So this is deception. The man that's sitting on the ground with his arms crossed is a thimble rigger. If you know the game of thimbles, there is 3 cups, there is a bowl under one. He rotates the cups however he wants, right? And then you have to guess which cup has the bowl under, but you have to bet first. Usually thimble riggers work with a partner. What happens is they do the first game, the partner finds the ball correctly and yells, "I win," which attracts other people. But by the time the actual people start playing, there is no more ball under either of those cups. Okay? They keep placing bets in the hope of finding the ball, and it is nowhere to be found. Just like that thimble rigger, it's okay to create the game where only you know the rules and play it. And if others get attracted, well, hey, that is not your responsibility. It's their choice. Okay? Someone gets attracted, someone doesn't. And that will show you a lot of not only yourself, but others. Be sneaky. If you can find a partner that can work with you, great, even better. If not, at least start it by yourself. Like I said, I'm giving you bad advice.
No,
Okay.
it's hilarious. I'm laughing because you just gave me a flashback to when I was about 8 years old. There was a guy that used to do that where we lived, but he did it with playing cards, and he got my aunt to bet one day. And it's funny because the cards were a little bent in the middle. So because I was so short, I could see under them, and I used to tell her which card it was that was the winning card. So like I haven't remembered that in like 30 years, and you just made me remember it. But I see where you're going.
Yeah, get sneaky.
Great. All right, Arashaya and then Shannon.
Hi, Marsha. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Arashaya.
What I'm getting for you is that you, and I'm going to say directly, right? I'm not so good at words. You have to get into balance, right? This is what I'm getting for you. I think excellent practice to get balanced, it's actually grounding, and it's very simple, right? Just put your feet on the earth or sand, whatever you have near to you. Go near to a water, maybe a waterfall, just do a hiking, right? Try to detach from the outside world and just listen to yourself, right? When you listen to yourself, you will remove that noise. You will realize, like you're asking yourself, like who you really are, right? Because if you're not in balance, this means you're overgiving to others, right? You overshare. Your boundaries are not healthy, right? So who are you? What do you really want? Why are you here on Mother Earth? Like, what's your purpose? right? So this is what I'm picking up for you right now. I hope this helps.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Arashaya. And then Shannon.
Hey, Marcia. So I'm seeing a couple of different things. I'm not sure if the two are related to one another. But the very first thing that came up for me is I have some curiosity. Are you feeling any and you don't have to go into any details or anything if you don't want to, but like I'm just curious if you're feeling any resistance to anything related to what you were asking about, like resistance within yourself.
I would say yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah.
The transition with work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Unless you want more information, then yeah.
Oh no, it's totally up to you. Yeah, like that can just be something that you reflect on. That just came up to me to ask that. And I'm kind of curious now if it's related to this other thing that I saw, and actually kind of what Arashaya was saying about grounding. I got this image of like this really like kind of just tiny like little wizened old lady holding like a staff, like like a walking staff sort of thing. And she's just planted into the ground. She's almost just like a rock. Like she's human, she's alive, but she's just got like this, this rock like energy. She's just planted down so firmly. And she's got her staff that she's holding onto really tightly. And the staff is like planted into the ground as well. So yes, I don't know if the two are related, but yeah, just feeling like I'm just trying to feel like it could go a couple different ways with this image. But yeah, I feel like something about like the firmness in her, but then there's like fluidity in the inside of her as well. So it's not just like she's solid rock, like she's like almost got like this kind of crust of rock around her. But then she's, very solid, like fluid and flowing and human on the inside. And just that, that strength that she holds in her hand and rooting down through both herself and the staff.
So if it doesn't have to do with grounding, do you feel like maybe it has to do with maybe being set in her ways? How does it feel for you?
It feels to me more like, that's a good question, actually. I feel like there's like actually like a little bit of each. Because like, there's like this such fluidity and aliveness within her. And I can almost see like kind of the outer layer of the rock is like got like little cracks in it. And it's actually really beautiful what's shining through. It's like this kind of like bright, like bright glowing blue light coming out. So like, but it's also really interesting because what's coming to me is, I don't know if you're familiar with chitons. They're like these little sea creatures and they've each got like 8 like pieces. I've got like a couple pieces here. They've got like these like overlapping things like that create their shell. So like the shells themselves are really hard, but when they're overlapping, like they give a lot of movement, like because they're not like fused.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like there's strength in that as well, but like not forgetting that fluidity that's on the inside. So yeah, I don't know if that's helpful at all, but yeah, and definitely reflecting on, whatever, and whatever way you do that journaling or whatever, like with whatever resistance might be coming up.
So, I mean, what I'm kind of getting from what you're saying is be strong and be grounded or rooted, but don't forget to also be flexible.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like, that sounds like a perfect interpretation of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that in a lot of ways. And I think some of that, maybe what's shining through with the blue light, what's that? That's blue is what? Speaking your truth? Is that what that is with the chakras?
Oh, like
Diane. So the throat chakra, so that's like blue, right? I think, is it? But
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. And then with me, kind of, I know I need to come out more when it comes to like my spiritual journey and connecting and working more in that area. But I am kind of solid in thinking that I do have to work in a more traditional way, I guess. So yeah, everything that you're saying kind of makes sense to me. It does.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, good luck with all of that. So yeah, so it sounds like kind of like more like almost feeling like maybe a sense of stuckness or something like that a little bit, or
It's like a little
yeah,
stagnation. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So okay, yes. All right. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Good luck.
All right, great. And Diane's got more to say. And yeah, Diane was giving us all kinds of facial expressions there. So
Yeah, I couldn't help
Was
it.
she?
All right. So I will tell you right now, tying into Shannon what she was getting, and I was getting a bit more on the druid side and more of the
Oh, you there?
stones, and being really
Got it.
kind of stuck in a foundational way to a rooted belief system. And the cracking was your voice knowing that it needed to break some of those patterns, some of those deep rooted belief systems. And speaking up and speaking out is going to allow that. But what was also beautiful is I'm not sure if you're familiar with Pocahontas. Hopefully you are, because this may make sense with Pocahontas. But Grandmother Willow and Pocahontas is holding the compass, and you see it spinning.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's spinning and spinning and spinning. And Grandmother Willow gives her the advice that she needs to follow what her heart desires, and it will go in the direction that she needs to go. And then it was funny because all of a sudden that mischievous little raccoon came in and it just swiped it. It took off running with
Yeah.
it. And I was laughing because all I could see was you having a haul butt after that raccoon. So there is something in the reality because raccoons also symbolize being very resilient, being also very creative in their energies, and being very capable of kind of causing some mischief in their way out. So don't be afraid to ruffle a few feathers and to really kind of break your patterns and to speak up and say what you need to say, because you are being guided to allow your heart to guide you and to chase after what it is you truly want to create. And I'm also getting there's the Osho Zen Tarot deck. There's a card that has a gentleman that is just floating, and it looks like he's almost floating on the ethers, but he's actually floating in water. And he's suspended in that space, and he's just allowing the current to pull him. And you are being guided right now to allow the energy to pull you and to just flow, have some fun, giggle, laugh, create a little chaos in your life right now with that humor and that joy. You're going to find that as you're in that flow state, your knowing of where you need to communicate, what you need to step into next is going to present itself. Now, you might have to get a little creative with how you choose to do it, get a little sneaky with how you put it all together, because it feels like it's going to also take off from you pretty fast as soon as you actually let that space in. So the cracks are already there. It's already starting to happen. Quit fighting it and know that you're ready. And I'm excited to see where that goes with you.
That's hilarious that you brought up Pocahontas because I was getting ready for work last night and I was just kind of reflecting on life. And Pocahontas came up for me. And I was like, I was like, since that movie, Disney hasn't really made another one that has anything to do with like Native American culture. So that came through my mind last night. And then just some other things and a song called Champagne Supernova that I hadn't heard like in forever. So, yeah, that's funny. That's why I started laughing when you were talking about Pocahontas. But I'm taking notes. I'm
great. And
listening.
I was totally thinking about the raccoon energy and Alina's card also.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Sneaky.
absolutely.
Gotcha.
All right, great.
Thanks,
All right.
Diane.
Anyone else? Anything else for Marcia? Lou, go ahead.
I pulled a card and I wasn't really sure why what it meant or why I pulled it. And it's a sacred geometry card. And I'll show you it in a minute. And it's transformation and miracles. So it seems relevant with the feedback that you're getting. So
528 in Transformation and Miracles.
528 hertz. I think that's what it means. It says 528 and then it says HZ at the bottom.
528 hertz.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt YouTube has that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you want to say what 528 hertz is? Because I think
It's a heart-centered activation.
Ah,
So, like I said, and if you notice that symbol is also very much like the compass, all the
Mm,
directions.
very much like a compass.
It's also a powerful healing hertz as well.
Yes.
got it.
all right, great. Yeah, seems
So
like a
there
great
is a
plan.
thing where you put the geometric shape under your water and it changes your water.
Mm,
That might be worth doing.
okay. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much, Marcia, for your question. And all right, and we've got one more question in line. S, it's your turn. And I think you want to ask from your chair. So I'm asking you to unmute. Here we are on Lionsgate exploring all
Okay,
kinds of
yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm unmuted. Thanks.
Glad to have you join us.
Yeah, thank you. I would just like to know what everybody sees regarding my health. I'm especially concerned about cholesterol. I did see a medical intuitive that gave me some insight about maybe 2 weeks ago now. And she said it's actually my thyroid. So I don't know if any of you guys if that will come up for you. And then also any friendships, relationship information you may have as well. That's it.
And your energy and your voice feels somewhat weak. So I wonder if that just, do you feel like you're struggling with some weakness? You more tired?
I am a little tired because I worked out today. But I don't know, maybe you're hearing something different than what my reason is for sounding weak.
Something in your voice feels weary, like you're very tired of something, like you've been carrying something a long time, like it might not even be this life.
Okay. Interesting.
Are you like do you wake up in the morning like you know what you want to do and you go do it? It doesn't, your voice doesn't feel like that.
No, I don't wake up like bright and bushy tailed. No, I haven't done that for a long time. I've been working on myself and, dealing with my issues with my father and just looking, everything that's happened in my life. I've been doing that for the last 3 years or so, ever since my last relationship. So I've learned some things and I'm still in this learning process. I'll probably be doing this for the rest of my life. So I always felt there was some ancestral stuff. I mean, I haven't touched on everything, but yeah.
And I just connected with who you are and I know who you are. So now I know who you are and your voice sounds particularly weary today. You don't usually, like if I think about you a few years ago, you haven't felt like that. So it feels like something's going on right now. I don't know that it's cholesterol, but there's something else. Have you, you said you talked to a medical intuitive. It just feels like something else is going on that's affecting your body. So, well, I let it pass around and go. Some other people are in line, but it feels like there's something else going on that is your whole system is weary and overtaxed about something. All right, we've got Diane and then Shannon.
Okay. You've got some suppressed truths, especially towards some relationships. And this isn't just your truth and relationships a part of your life. There's something also in your ancestral line that has really been blocking your chakras that are ultimately affecting your meridians as well. I'm getting some arterial blockage that is coming in with that as well. And you really need to kind of start actually expressing some of these things that you have been burying down emotionally. And I know that can be a little easier said than done because to release that, can ultimately be challenging. But honestly, every time we cry, every time we release the emotions that we've been suppressing, we're releasing the cortisol. And that helps actually release some of the other blockages. And your body right now is just letting you know that you have got to start actually stop suppressing the emotional spaces. And you've also got to stop watching the news, stop focusing on kind of what's going on right now, because all of this negative information, this negative feedback that you're getting from society and what's happening around the world right now, you're carrying that weight. You're carrying it like a personal burden, and it is keeping you down. And you've been carrying it for quite some time. But I also get that that's kind of something you've learned watching your elders, and just kind of something that's been passed down through the family line as well. A lot of us have that. I mean, I know my grandparents sat and watched the news every damn day, and I was addicted to it for some time too. So we tend to carry some of that, but I'm getting right now that it is time for you to stop focusing on so much of what the bigger picture is, what everything else going on outside of your personal bubble is, and to start focusing on that emotional space, the old relationships that failed or that hurt, circumstances. You've been just suppressing so much of it to a point that your body is just blocking itself, and it's starting to create heart problems, breathe. It feels like what she's picking up in your voice, I can hear it as well. My internet just kind of froze for a half a second there. So hopefully you can still hear me, but I'm getting that blockage is ultimately, this is like a beginning stage of something that can get worse if you don't truly start working on releasing those emotional spaces. I'm getting some chakra clearing, doing some grounding, some tapping, getting yourself focused back on your body and self instead of everything else that's out there. And I know there's a few other wonderful practitioners in here, Shannon, as well as Lou, who could probably offer some great energy practices for daily self-service.
Great, thanks,
Okay,
Diane.
thank you.
We've got Shannon and then Arashaya in line.
There. Is it all right if I tune into the flow of energy in your body in particular?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because as soon as you started speaking, what immediately came to me was like your sinuses, like the ones that go like kind of, across like under your eyes and going into your nostrils. And yeah, like also like that I agree with Diane that there's definitely, it seems like some ancestral stuff. I almost feel like it's getting held up in here. And just want to tune in really quickly to see if it goes anywhere else, or like if what other patterns I'm noticing with that. Yeah, that's so interesting. It actually does feel like there's some sort of like blockage at the thyroid. Yeah, even as I'm like just touching my throat, I'm like, ooh, that feels funky. And I, like not to say that it's a bad thing or that, it's like necessarily a health issue, but it feels like some sort of blockage in there. And it's like related to the sinuses, where it's almost feels to me like these sinuses are like floating. Like they're almost like outside of your body a little bit is how I sense them. Like they're carrying something for you. And then somehow that like feels like that's affecting like the flow of energy down like through your face and down through your throat. And then everything below that feels just like nice and, open and grounded and everything. But something all up in this like region here feels kind of, yeah, just blocked. So did you say that you've worked with ancestors before, or I can't remember. I know you mentioned them.
I haven't
Okay.
done a lot of ancestral work, but I know I was told a long time ago that my heart wall was like, I think it was like 8 to 10 feet thick, maybe, and then up to like as much as 12 feet thick. And so I've just been trying to do whatever comes up. And I was also told that ancestrally, my family line, my lineage helped build the pyramids, but they were doing like the crap work. And I thought, as soon as I heard that, the first thing that came to my mind is they may have been some of the ones that I heard. There were some workers who were sealed inside so they wouldn't tell the secrets, or maybe as a punishment or whatever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, And I don't know that much about my ancestors anyway, but I do know that after quote unquote the slaves were freed, there was still slavery going on called sharecropping. So it still continued. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, even though they
Yeah,
went
like
on a
those patterns got
plantation,
passed down.
exactly, and especially around money. With my dad, every time, I wanted to do something or buy something, we can't afford it, we can't afford it, we can't afford it. That's all I ever heard. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to work on now in terms of myself. But it's I mean, I can understand why you're saying, and all of you are saying what you're saying, because it's like in the blood, so to speak. And I can understand why. And then as far as the throat area goes, I still have my tonsils. I was always sick when I was a kid. I remember my mom saying I was a sickly child, and my doctor would never take my tonsils out because, well, you can't take them out while you're sick. And then when I got better and they weren't inflamed, then she said, well, no, keep them in because I guess they were kind of like protecting me in a way. For whatever reason, we were born with tonsils. I never got the ice cream. I wanted the ice cream. I never got the ice cream. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
So,
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that all totally makes sense. So, when I would definitely recommend looking into some ancestral healing. I know there's lots of different ways to do that. I think Diane and maybe other people here do that as well. There's also a great organization called Ancestral Medicine. They have a lot of practitioners listed on there, and I think those practitioners are great. So, however you want to go about that. And then just really quickly, one other thing that was coming to me is it's a yogic breath called alternate nostril breathing. And you can just find videos on YouTube. But yeah, just to kind of help start clearing. And I would do it very gently. You can, if it feels like, when you look at the video and try it, if it feels like too much, you can actually just imagine it like happening. Like you don't actually have to, so basically you're blocking off one nostril and then the other nostril. You don't even have to block the nostrils off if that feels like too much. You can just imagine the flow of air going up one side and then down the other. Just visualize that. So I would say to do it very, very gently, so you're not feeling like you're straining yourself at all with that. But that came to me as something to try. So yeah.
okay.
So good luck
Thank
with
you.
all of that. Yeah, you're welcome.
Great, thank you. Arshaya, then Lou, and then Diane again. Or maybe first time.
Hi there. So, what I'm sensing from you right now, there are low levels of energies. It's like a burden. It's something that you carry on your back, and it's not necessarily yours. As my colleague said, maybe it's something from your family, ancestor, right, on your family line. But what I would recommend, and I think it will help you a lot, right? Because otherwise this will affect your well-being, your life, your relationship, everything you attract into your life. If you have low levels of energy, this brings sickness, unaligned relationship, and so on. So I think you need to do energy cutting with situations, peoples, whatever, everything that doesn't serve you anymore, right? You have to do some energy work on this. And as well, I sense your emotional body. So you really have some heavy emotions. So emotional body healing that could help you a lot. So I think you need some, I don't want to say help, but some healing, right? And as well, you can do on your own, as they said, breathing exercises, visualize, do grounding. That should help you a lot. This is what I'm getting for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Arshaya. Next is Lou.
Hi. Who am I talking to?
You are talking with
S.
S. S just, yeah.
Hi, S. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Thanks for being here and asking questions. What I get for you is actually protection. That your boundaries need to be really good and really firm. And it's actually the bubble of light comes up again. And the kind of clearing the emotional toxicity and doing tapping or heart holding or something. But first, the boundaries come up. So I don't know whether, I don't know how you are in relationship to other people, but that's the first thing that comes up, that you need quite a bit of protection and to protect your field and your energy. and then
Okay.
you can do some clearing too. I don't know how
Okay.
that lands with you, S. How does that
Oh,
land?
everything everyone said makes sense because I've always been thinking on my journey this last 3 years that there's so many things. It's like present, past, and beyond the past, and it's all culminated now. Just before COVID, I woke up Christmas morning and I couldn't walk, and I didn't know. I felt the pain in my knee. I felt that coming on, but it I didn't equate it with my back. So I had a bulging disc, and I didn't understand that. And I couldn't walk for about 8 months. And the first thing my doctor said when we found out, she already knew when I told her, but she never discussed it with me. She said, "We have some very fine surgeons." And I'm like, to myself, I said, "Hell no, you're not going to cut on my back." So I went on my own and found a doctor that did Dutch Point, and then I found a chiropractor that uses red light therapy and decompression. So I went to both of those practitioners, and I was finally able to walk around July of 2020.
Well
And
done.
I haven't looked back. But I do have a lot of, I have been carrying a lot
Yeah.
in this lifetime and the past. So all of that makes sense. Yeah.
It's not yours.
Yeah, it's not mine. Okay.
You just have to carry what's yours,
Right.
not other people's. Doesn't help them anyway.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't
They're
help
gone.
them. It
Doesn't
doesn't.
help me either. Yeah.
Because they have to do their work. They have to have their ass kicked. You know,
Mhm.
that's what life does. And we need that sometimes in order to learn what we need to learn.
Yeah.
It's just what's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
That's where I am in my journey then. Start working with the past ancestrally.
Yeah. And your personal history,
Uh, yeah.
the personal past history.
Mhm.
I mean,
Okay.
like past lives history. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Great.
My personal past lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was told some things that by a transformational coach. We didn't really get into it, but she mentioned some things, and I'm like, oh my God. I felt like when I heard them, I thought I was like not a nice person in my past.
And we all have
I,
histories, and there's history
Yeah.
to
yeah, I did some really terrible things, and I was like, kind of glossed over it, but
Mm.
I need to do more than glossing over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you,
So
Lou.
we've got a couple more answers for you. We might have a little bit more. Thanks, everyone. We're going a few minutes over. So we've got Diane and then Erin.
Okay.
Okay, so the more I was tapping in, the more my left eye started getting blurry, and the more I started getting this very discomforting pressure pain that started on this side and started going up into my head. And what that tells me is right now you're overthinking in the mind severely, especially on emotional side. And it's actually blocking your ability to kind of see the perspective clearly as far as where to go, who to seek, and who to work with next. It's kind of blocking yourself right now. So you really need to take some time and maybe even do some journaling, write out some of these emotions because you kind of got monkey mind right now. I mean, I don't want to, insult you by any means. Everybody goes through a space where their mind overworks at times, but right now yours is in like overdrive. And if you take some time right now, write out some of these feelings, you're also going to recognize that there has been a program in your ancestral line to the overthinking because of what society believed, overthinking because of your safety, overthinking because of your inability to set boundaries, as Lou was talking about. there are several different spaces in your life, even back to possibly a relationship with a gentleman in around your 20s, that ultimately boundaries got broken, and there are a lot of these emotional spaces that are rising up to the surface at this point, and you feel like you've already done a lot of work on it, but since they're still kind of lingering recently and they're there, your brain is going into this overdrive. But I will also warn you that Pluto went into retrograde back in May, and it's, letting you know some of these darker spaces, these hidden spaces that you've been suppressing, so that you can ultimately let them go. You can have a clear perspective. So I would really take some time to, do the ancestral work, clear it out, but do some serious journaling about cases. And also, if you write them down, they'll stop spinning around up here so much. And you'll be able to come up with a more complete and clear, focused, and conscious thought as far as where to go next, and possibly clear up some of your vision, because wow, that really irritated the hell out of me fast. And that's part of the way my internet, that's part of the way I receive the energy. It just kind of hits my body and it lets me know what a person is kind of going through. So just giving you a little bit of, advice there on kind of some of the spaces you need to kind of focus on. But ultimately, you can come through this. I do see that there is a line back there to Egypt as far as your family being suppressed, the feminine side being suppressed to serve, and it being an ongoing generational thing in your ancestry. And it is something that you are ready to let go of if you can take the moment and focus on releasing that ancestral energy and putting those healthy boundaries, so that you are no longer suppressing what you need, what your voice needs to share, and where you want to go next.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks, Diane. We've got Erin and then a bit more from Shannon. Go ahead.
Hi, yes. Thank you for your question. Burden bearing is a very common thing, especially in our community, and everybody else has spoken on that, so I'm just gonna let that dog lie. But I feel like you could really benefit from acupuncture to take some of that spiritual stress off of your meridians and especially your lower back. Because our chakras, right? The discs correlate in your spine to those energy points, those meridians, and they go up and down your legs and arms and your throat and your head, and things we carry turn into physical health issues. And acupuncture is literally designed to help move that energy with outside assistance, which somebody else recommended, out of your body and away from you. And I think correlated with some of the energetic boundary practices, it could help that stuff stay off of you and come out of you. And journaling and all of the things that were recommended are excellent. But from like a purely physical combined with energetic and medical side, acupuncture was like the loudest thing I heard over and over and over again.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Erin. All right, Shannon.
Just a quick aside or side note, I guess, to try not to give yourself too hard of a time about what you've done in past lives. I mean, I'm not an expert on that, but my take on it is if we've lived long enough, lived enough lives, and we probably all have done pretty horrible things. Like I absolutely have seen past lives where I've done atrocious things. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe I did that. And also like, yeah, also that, we're here now and we're each doing the best we can. And I think we, have an opportunity to move beyond that and work through that in every moment. And, try to not let it define us. So, which I know is easier said than done, but sometimes just wanted to say that.
Okay. Thank you, Shannon.
Yeah, that's great. Great. Anyone else have something to share with us? We've covered everyone. Anything else?
Thank you all.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. As our way finishing up this panel, we're going to go through and do introductions again. So all of the panelists, we're going to go through and have you say again who you are, what you do, and how people can reach out to you and connect with you. If you want to share any specials you have or any upcoming events or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and do that. We can just work with who's on screen. And okay, let's play with the top. All right, if you want, we'll just go Arshaya and then Lou, if you're ready. You might be taking a quick break, and then Alina. We'll just kind of wander on down. Arshaya, do you want to jump on and reintroduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So I'm Arashaya. I'm a Reiki and Shambhala master teacher and professional tarot guide. So as a special Lionsgate gift for everyone here, I'm offering my 60 minutes signature tarot and oracle guidance for only $45. Regular price is $75, so that's a 40% off. So if you're looking for clarity in love, career, finances, or your next step, this session is designed to help you move forward with confidence. So you can just use the code WELCOME40 at checkout. This offer is valid for only 72 hours, and you can find this on my website, which is beacons.ai/Corina Reiki and Tarot. You can find on the chat as well, or the details. I put it, and Lorelai as well. She
That's
put
great. I
all the
didn't have 48 hours. Did you say 48 hours only?
72. That's like 3 days.
72. Okay, great. All right,
Thank you. I
great.
look forward to connecting with you.
Great. Thank you so much. I'll put that in the chat again. All right. Lou, are you ready? Or we skip to Alina and come back? Alina, why don't you go ahead?
Yes, I am a certified crystal healer and neurographics coach, and I lead Astrological Oracle. And my contact information is in the chat. I have already shown not only the slideshow, but also how to obtain a very fast forward video of the neurographic algorithm that I showed today. If you want the full video, it's slightly over half an hour long, I believe. Feel free to email me and I will send you a link to a Google Drive where I placed it, and you can watch, download, and do whatever with it. Sometimes when you watch Instagram videos, it's kind of hard to slow it down, and it's very, very fast because it's real. But otherwise, I enjoyed the panel. It was a very lively, active panel, and the questions were incredible. So thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, Lou, we're going to come back to you. So just introduce yourself again of who you are and what you do, how people can reach out to you, any specials you have, upcoming events, or anything like that.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm an energy therapist. I have journeyed through my own recovery and used energy tools to do that. I've developed a lot of tools over time, and I love to facilitate people to get to a place of freedom so that they can step onto their path and into their vision. It's just really magic and fun.
And how can
Lots
people
of
find
trauma
you?
sometimes, but that's okay.
And where can people find you online? And I think you have events
Sorry.
on
You can
Saturday.
find me at energycounseling.co.uk.
And on Saturday,
counseling
what
has
happens?
2 L's. Energy counseling has 2 L's. And there's a free workshop this Saturday, Lionsgate, which is called Lighten, and that's what the workshop does. It creates alignment and it lightens your field, and you'll learn tools that you can use elsewhere. So
Yes.
come if you can.
It's
It's at
Saturday at
11
11 a.m.
o'clock
Pacific time.
Pacific. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Lorelai.
And then Reverend Sharice, if you want to jump in, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, we'll go to Shannon and then Erin. Go ahead, Shannon.
Hey again. So my name is Shannon. I'm a biodynamic craniosacral therapist, and I offer online craniosacral both for individuals, one-on-one sessions, and in groups. And I have a couple of upcoming events. So if you're in the Bellingham, Washington area, I'm going to be doing a group craniosacral session after the MeWe Fair on the 9th, Sunday the 9th. I think it's at 4:30. And then on the 18th, I'm going to be doing an online one from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I guess that'd be like 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. And my website, you can find all the information there, is just my name. It's shannonhartwood.com. So that's SHANNON, and then Hartwood, like the middle of a tree, HEARTWOOD.com. So yeah, so thanks y'all for being here. It's really good to see y'all and talk to y'all. So have a good night.
Thanks so much, Shannon. All right, Erin and Sharice, no, you can jump in anytime. Go ahead, Erin.
My name is Erin, and I'm a shamanic intuitive healer and practitioner. I can be found by email at lightofhue@gmail.com, or my phone number, which is posted in the chat. I'm offering a $55 reading and healing session, and that goes as long as it goes. As Lorelai knows, I like to go a little bit longer and get really in depth with people. And that's normally $72. And that special runs until next Wednesday. And just let me know that you were a part of this panel.
Great, thanks, Erin. Sharice, just letting you know you have a chance. Maybe let me just share about Sharice before Diane. So Sharice does prophetic readings. You can connect with Sharice at 202-596-9816. An event special is that she's part of the Bruno Groening Circle of Friends that's offering a film that is free coming up Sunday, August 23 from 2 to 8 p.m. It is 1.5 hour long segments, 3 of them, and this is in Portland. So this is at the West Hills Unitarian Church there in Portland. Thanks so much, Sharice, for joining us. Sharice had some things get in the way of her being able to share today, so she'll be back on in another event too. And then Diane.
All right, everyone. I am Diane Evans. I'm a 5th generation shaman. And my company's A Mystical Journey. I am a master sacred geometry teacher, and I am offering a 14-week class currently on exploring and activating with sacred geometry. There's also a couple bonus lessons with gold and rainbow energy healing, as well as silver molecular sphere healing, and it's a lot of fun. And my internet connection is doing weird things right now, so hopefully you can hear this. But I'm also offering a Lionsgate Fire Horse activation event this weekend in Ferndale at the Mayway Fair. It will be both in person and online, so if you can make it out to that, that'll be a lot of fun. But otherwise, so glad so many of you guys could make it out tonight. It's been an awesome conversation, and thank you all for being here. Go ahead.
That's great. And I want to say, maybe could you say something
mysticaljourney.com.
And maybe say something about how the sacred geometry and all that you do is it connected to the Akashic Records? Because I keep hearing that it is, even though you don't have that all in the title. Can you say a little bit more about some of what happens all in
Yeah,
here?
I do offer another course, and it is exploring the chakras through the Akashic Records and using sacred geometry as well. And each of our chakras has a sacred geometry assigned to it. And when we go into the Akashic Records, we can use that sacred geometry to activate and open it up, as well as allow ourselves to not only see the Akashic Records, but to understand what it is we need to use or to heal in that space as well. So it's a beautiful class. It's 4 weeks, and there's a bonus activation as well on the diamond grid. And you get to explore each chakra, 2 per class. And it's a quicker class, but we are going to be offering a longer class this winter as far as going through each one for those who feel a little bit more guided for in-depth work. But for a month-long class, you really get to dive in. You get to understand why you've had blockages, or maybe you've got physical ailments going on throughout your body. Maybe you've noticed a continued thought process that seems to always come up, or maybe kind of the same kind of relationships or situations keep surfacing in your life. This class really kind of allows you to go in and dive deep. And I'm not a gatekeeper on any of my classes or information. So once you sign up, you get the information, you get the recordings, you get the meditations. It's all yours. And you can do it over on your own, or you can come back and do the class again. Either way, it's awesome. And once you've attended one of my classes, you actually automatically get a 10% off the next class you choose to join in. So
great. Thanks so much, Diane. So just all the offerings from our community. And I'll say, and then MeWe Fairs, we've got an online fair on Saturday, August 22. We've got practice circles all month. I'm still doing my Insight drop-in groups that are happening this month, and then those are coming to an end. We've got more fairs happening in September. We're going to try out a new platform on one of our fairs in September, and so we're excited to be with you. And this has been a great panel. Thank you so much for attending, for asking great questions. Thank you, panelists. It's been lovely hearing everyone. So maybe it's time to start doing more panels. So thank you, everyone. You can learn more about all of our upcoming events at MeWeFairs.com.